Surprise bonus stream time. Forget that startup stuff. We're going to jump right into the gaming, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I know this is an unusual time for me to be streaming. I did say I was going to do a Satisfactory bonus stream yesterday or today, so we're just going to dive right into it. There's a cool version update 3, which we really want to get to before 76 drops, of course, on April 7th. We're going to have a big Wastelanders party, working with my buddies over there at Bethesda to hook you guys up. It's going to be awesome. Going to be awesome. But first, we want to go ahead and give this a try. They have added a whole bunch of new pipe systems and fluids and all sorts of cool stuff that we were just learning about last time, but we ran out of time. So we'll spend a little bit of time trying to figure it out and go right into it. And I know this is an unusual time. There's not that many people in the chat right now. I'm sure they'll catch on and drop by, but let's get right to it, everybody. I'm just going to go ahead and get right to some stream raiders, so let's go. All right, we're up to 161 boss kills. Can you believe it? We've been kicking butt on this? I'm feeling right here. Boom, purple, 2, this one, that one, and then maybe the boss. We'll see if we have enough time for all of that. We're going to give it a go, though. Let's give it a go here. And jump right in. Now you can go ahead and join me at streamcaptain.com. Feel free to come in and join us. Let's see. We're going to get I think we're going to get the Pally out this time. Let him chop up some bad guys. There we go. We'll see how many people jump in straight away here. Why is my thing way over there? Why is my place your units thing over there? That's weird. That's kind of weird that it's over there. All right, well, whatever. We'll leave it there. We'll go to some Satisfactory like this. Boop! Just like that. Yeah, it's weird. It's over there way on the right side. Hold on, I got to fix that. It's going to drive me crazy. That is going to drive me nuts. There we go. Right down there where it should be. Or did I have it over there on the side before? I can't even remember. That's okay. I want it there right now. We'll deal with it later. All right, now this game is incredibly fun and also super, super addicting. It is called Satisfactory. It's still in early access. They do come out with some experimental stuff, and they dropped all that experimental stuff now on the regular version. I love how it says, welcome back, Kismet BP. All right, so here we are up on our industrial thing here. We are working on our fluids, and we found out that this right here is like a container for our water. So it's like a buffer. So our water's coming from way down there, and it's going to be run up into here, and then run into our power here. Now, as long as, of course, our coal keeps up and our water keeps up, we have endless power. I want to turn that down just a little bit. Now, as a backup, we've also got these over here, which are our biofuel. We've currently got those off, so in case we need those, we can just flip those back on to kind of prime the rest of our power. Right now, we're looking pretty good. Oh, our water is full. Very nice. Pretty good on our input of water. We need 45 water per minute. And so let's just round it up to 50. That would be roughly about 200 per minute. So we'll go back over here. We'll take a look at our pumping stations over here. So this is looking pretty good. Right now, it's about 177 coming through. Fill rate is about 173. And the drain rate is 130. Now, that's kind of a little deceiving because the actual it's feeding a little bit and then stopping, and feeding a little bit and stopping. And so it's not really telling you the full rate. We can get up to 300. The way you can tell is you run way back down here. Up to battle! You run way back down here, and you see at what rate that it's actually drawing the water. And the funny irony is the power keeps the water going, and the water keeps the power going. So you create like a little cycle there. But once you set up that cycle, though, and it's working well, it'll continue to run that, no problem. Now, here's our pump down here. It's at 132. Head lift is exceeding recommended level. So our head lift is a little too much. So we might need to put another pump in there. In fact, let's just do that straight away. If I can remember, where is it? There it is. So let's say, how far do we say? Maybe about right here. We'll go ahead and try to put another pump in if we've got the thing for it. What was it? Special? Man, I forget even where it was. Where are you hiding, pump? Nope. There it is. Okay, let's put another pump in. There we go. And we're going to need to run some power. So we'll run another power line from up here. Put it right there. And then attach that into the system. And let's hope we have enough power for that. That's going to ramp up. And we'll see what the head lift is on this now. See, it can only push it so far, and then you need another pump to push it the rest of the way. Like right here, see, this is now down to 7. So actually, we could probably move this one much further down the line, because now we're going to look at this head lift, and it's going to be pretty close at 20. Look, it's going at 300 now. Very nice. Very, very nice. But I feel like we could move it further away. We're just going to do that as a test. Let's move this further away. And move that further away. And see how far we could go. I'd say probably right about here. Let's give that a go. And we'll go ahead and switch our thing F. Well, my brain just froze. How do I get to the building thing? Let's see. Left to dismantle. Wow, my brain just like totally went out on how to actually build. All right, I gotta look it up. Don't tell me. I gotta look it up. That's the problem with sleep apnea and vertigo is you literally forget stuff like that. It's pretty scary. Q. All right, I obviously got to it one time. I obviously got to it when I was building that thing. And then my brain just went, sorry, not available. Call back later. Pretty scary stuff. All right, boom, right there. And right into there. All right, now let's look at the lift of this now. We're trying to see what the distance is and just kind of learn a bit about piping and how piping works and how to do fluid dynamics and all of that. Let's see, head lift now 13. So yeah, so that definitely went up. We're getting 300 coming through. Very nice. Really, really pumping a lot of water. Now we got to make sure that our water's pumping continuously, otherwise our power will kick off and then we'll be bumming. All right, head lift on this one is 11. So yeah, we just needed one more there. And now our production is at 300 per, which is very nice. And we'll look over here. This is coming through now. Fill rate at 300, going out at 260. So very nice. All of this is looking good. We've got our coal coming through as well. Plenty of extra coal in there for sure. And let's look at our power usage right now. Our power usage is pretty close to the amount of power that we're actually generating. So consumption 244, capacity is 300. That's a little close to what we're doing, but we could probably get away with 2 more over here because we're about 50 each, right? So if we're doing 300, that would of course be 3 sets of 2, or in this case 6 power. So let's see if we can get that in there as well. We're going to go ahead and get our power here, our coal generator, and we'll rotate it around the other way. Oh, we're going to need more wire. I seriously doubt that's going to be an issue considering I have an obscene amount of it right over here. There we go. All right. Let's get into it. Coal generator. Is that not the right thing I got? Oh, no, I needed the, no, I need the other thing. The frames. Where was I running those? Oh, looks like it's coming right. There's one coming right there, into here, into here. Aha. That's what I needed. Okay. Now we're getting back into it. There we go. And we're going to try to slide that. It does not want to go there. There's something obscuring it. Probably that coal. That's okay. We'll slide it forward just a little bit. You know what? We'll leave a little gap, too. Slide it forward, leave a little gap. We can run down in there. About over here. Oh, boy. All this stuff is blocking all our other stuff. Okay. Well, first thing we're going to need to do is take this out and rerun this power. around there. There we go. And now eventually what I'll do is I'll actually rerun all of this. This will all be redone. I usually end up redoing it every time. Oh well, we'll just move it over here. Off to the side. We're going to... So again, there's no reason to sit and mess with this because as I know I get to the higher tiers, I know that I'm going to redo all of this. So there's not too much necessary to make it all look beautiful in the beginning, for sure. All right, this one's coming out and is splitting into 3. We've got 2 going into 1 here, and I can tell you this is probably very full. Yes, it is. Very, very full there. So this is coming out at 60. What's the rate in which this needs to come in? It doesn't really say. You know what? Let's go ahead and try to split this. Oh, this is going to be in the way, too. This is going to be in the way of this pipe. So all this got to come out. All right, let's rework this. Take this out. Take that out. Rework this whole spot here. Like so. All right, now the first thing is we're definitely going to need some piping here. So let's start with our piping. Let's go ahead and say, we'll start with this. We'll run it out to here. And then we'll run it up a couple. There we go. And that'll give us access to the area underneath it for everything else. To run that around there and then reconnect up there. Where do we want to put our splitter? We're going to need 2 splitters. So let's start with our first splitter. Right here. We'll go in and use our logistics. And we use splitter number 1. Say... Yeah, this is going to be tricky. Let's say this way. Like that. Take this out and this out. We got to go here. We got to go there and we've got to go over there. So, we'll do split. We'll go here, split. And then split for these 3. We'll want to split in half that way. See, what's going to happen is it's not going to have enough coal if I split it wrong. So, I'm going to need to run this over to that one, too. Yeah, this is going to require some trickery. All right. Requires some tricky stuff. All right, let's do it. Oh, wait, here's a better idea. Hold on. Better idea. Hold on. Let's take this out. Let's split it over here. Better idea. All right, let's get our splitter. And we're going to split it right here off the front of this. That's going to be way easier to manage. Okay, bam, right there. And then we'll make 1 splitter, which is going to go back to both of these. To that one and this one. We're going to take this out. We're going to move this even more forward. Power. Actually, we should probably just stack it over here with this one. If we're going to do it, we might as well do it over here. All right. Let's take this out. Make sure to put all that back or we're going to have trouble later. All right, let's just do it like this. In fact, why do we even need to aim it this way? We'll aim it that way. What the heck? We don't have to aim it toward us. We'll reverse it. Very nice. Okay. And so we got some piping there too. We can take this piping out. And we could run the piping up above and around. Okay, liking all of that. Liking it. Now, this probably wants to come out of here at 120, so we're getting that maximum speed. So let's get our faster conveyor. Like so. All right. And then this is going to go 60 into there. And we're going to go ahead and put another splitter over here. Splitter. And we're going to bring that back in like we did before into all of its various spots. Huh. Yeah, we'll work that out. We'll work it out. All right. Into there. This one. Around to there. This one. Into there. And this one, hopefully, nicely right up to there. GG! Very nice. All right. That's looking good. That is off and running. Okay. Let's get our pipes taken care of here. We're going to need a pipe splitter. Pipe junction. All right. Let's say... we put this up high too? No. Lily just goes right there on the ground. That's interesting. What if we put pipeline support? That's the first time I've tried this. Pipeline support up. Like this. And then we put this on the end of that. That'd be a big fat no. That's a big fat no, everybody. All right. That kind of sucks. Why can't you support the thing? Support that piece. How can we do that? You know what? Let's try this. Let's go like this. And then up with this piece. And rotate. Like that? No, we'll just do this. I'm so smart. Boom. Okay, and then we just take this out and try this out. Now, I don't know. This kind of seems kind of iffy, but it's going to come down and split, and one's going to go in there, and the other one's going to go over there. Now, the big problem is this right here is the conveyor. So we're going to need to run the conveyor out of there to get this coal. And say we'll run it right there. Now, of course, later on, you want to come back and make this look beautiful and all of that. I don't worry about that in the beginning, just like I don't worry about the underpinnings of base and all of that stuff. It is nice to do that stuff in the long run, but in the short run, I never worry about it. It's really you're trying to figure out what you're doing first, especially if, you know, you don't have a set plan. Like right now, I'm just trying to figure out where I'm putting stuff and what I'm doing and how do I get the water there. And all of that, and then you come back and you can make it nice and all of that. There we go. All right, we got our coal going. We've got our water running down there like so. And I've conveniently already have a split pipe here to split that off to there. And let's hope that's enough water for all of that. All right. And then we're going to reestablish our, let's put actually a little bit more walking space in here. This is why you have a lot. That's why you need a lot of concrete here. A lot of this stuff. There we go. Okay, and let's make sure we've got our power plug back in from over here. Way back here in the corner. Way over to there. And you know what? We'll put another one in solely for our power plants here. And there we go. Now our power plants are firing up. Here we go. How's our water doing? We pre-pumped a bunch of water in there, pre-pumped a bunch of coal, and now we got 450 watts of power, so we're not so close. And if we did it right, it would just, it's going to perpetuate itself. It's going to keep itself going the entire time. Nothing we need to do. Lickety split. All right, I like it. I like it. I like it. Plus, we have room for expansion. Okay, so we got a whole bunch of stuff going. This is a messy. But the funny thing is, I'm probably going to move this entire base right over there to the waterfall. And the reason why is there's a whole bunch of water over there. And I'm going to need that water for power. So at first, I was going to build myself a nice little base over there. But I think what I'm going to do is build myself a huge power station over there where I have just tons and tons of power running and running and running and running over there. So we'll definitely need to tap all that water. Now my water's currently coming from this other side over here. No, I'm thinking about it. Let's make sure we grab some more concrete here. Keep my concrete going. There we go. So yeah, I'm currently grabbing it from like a pond over here, which isn't a lot of water. So that's one of the things you want to keep in mind. You can't grab it from the lake here. It's not deep enough. So there's a little pond over there that I've tapped into, and it's now running it through. Now, should that anything happen down there and the power gets kicked off or whatever, I do have some backup water up here, and you can see the fill rate right now is about 100, which is okay because I can see that it's full. The thing that's most important is that you see that that thing is full. If it's not full, then you know obviously it's not getting enough water, and so on. Now our fluid rate down here is about 100, and right now the max lift is 20, so everything's looking good on that. If it was higher than that max lift, then we would know that we have too much. Now, I kind of feel like this one might be redundant, because I feel like maybe I have my pumps too close to each other. I feel like we want to maximize or optimize our pumps here so we don't have to burn power on pumps as well. Good thing to learn. All right, what is the lift value of this one right here? 17. So ooh, that one's pretty good. Between that one and the other one that we have, between that one there and the other one we have here, it's nearly perfect. Now, I don't like to be exactly on because, you know, something's going to go wrong there. But that's pretty good lift value from all the way down there, all the way down there to all the way here. So I feel like this pump, maybe we could take this middle pump out. How much is this lifting? This is only lifting 6. If we optimize this, I feel like we could get a better lift, optimized lift value. Let's see how much that's going to go up to. Okay. See, if it hits 20, then it can't pump enough. It can't pump enough up that ratio. All right, 17 is looking good. I kind of feel like you want to optimize it just below that 20, obviously. Then you don't need as many pumps. You don't have as much power being used, and you're not using as much resources. All right, let's go check this pump here. It's 14.5. I feel like that's it. That's all you need. Those 3 pumps, get it all the way up here. I believe we're pretty optimized there. I also like the fact that you can check your water right here in the middle, these little middle rings, which is pretty cool. And you just do even right here, configure pipeline, and you can flush it. Now I don't know what the flush is all about. Full pipe network. You can just do the whole pipe network, flush it. But let's not doing any flushing of the network right now because I want to keep all that water in there. How's our water looking? Water's full. I feel like that's the big indicator. If your fluid buffer is full, then you're pretty styling. Let's check our water in here. It's got lots of water. Probably have this max coal too. Yep, max coal in that one. Max coal, max water. Max coal, max water. So we're probably doing a little extra, a little too much right now. But that's okay. We're just learning about it. There we go. Looking good in both of those. And right here, yeah, look at that. Way more. It's max in both. Now, you don't necessarily want it to be max in both. You want it to be, you know, feeding in at the perfect rate that it's using it. That means this way you could make more of that water as well. And let's go back. And we're going to unlock some more stuff today, hopefully. We're going to head back down here. There's a ramp here somewhere. Oh, it's on the other side. And I had this where Lily was going straight up, but it didn't like that. So I made this whole kind of switchback to see if that would adjust it, and it kind of does. I kind of feel like I could put more pumps there to even make it go vertical if I wanted to. But this is kind of a nicer way of doing this. Since this has got to go all this distance anyway, we'd just slow the elevation. You kind of do this little snake back and forth deal. That helps a bunch. And this is one of those games that you could just, you know, lose days and days and days on having fun. In here pumping it in. All right, so we got our 3 pumps. Like I said, we got a little bit of a lake here. We're just tapping into our pumps right now. The max extraction is 120. So it is now extracting at 300. Oh, I can't get under there. Come on, there we go. So that's coming out at 120. This one is also 120. And this one over here, also 120. So doing good. So that's 240, that's 360 that it's actually going through. Max flow rate here is 600, it says. Oh, that's nice. How about here? Max flow rate 600, okay. Why is this one only 300 over here? Oh, that's 600 also. Ooh, maybe we could sneak one more in there. I was trying to sneak one more. Oh, the max flow rate of my pipeline is 300, but the max flow rate of those things is 600, probably because I've not upgraded to, apparently you can probably have a next level of the pipeline itself. I don't know. I haven't got to that yet. That's part of the fun. Part of the fun is discovering all the new stuff. And we'll get into that. Okay, let's run back up here and utilize some of our resources. Oh, you know what? Let's take a shortcut. Whee! Let's take a shortcut. Let's hope it works today. They actually changed this. And I went to jump up them on base, and then I died because it didn't leap me up as much as it normally does. I may die right now. Let's see. Probably a good time to save. Save game. Let's do this! Alright. Let's see. Boom! Ah! Barely! Barely made it there, everybody. Alright. Concrete coming through. Allowing us to expand our base. We've got our space elevator rocking and rolling. We need to get back to our research here. They've got also all this other cool stuff over here. There's an awesome shop where you can get a whole bunch of tickets and whatnot. And I got a little ticket thing running over there for all of that as well. We'll get into that. Okay, basic steel production. That's what we were working on. So we got 10 of this left. We need 150. We need some modular frames, which I currently have 2 of. So we need to get that going. What other milestones do we have in here? So yeah, all the basic steel production, and then we're going to get into advanced steel. We're going to get our hyper tubes, and we're going to get our logistics, stackable pipes line support. That's cool. Conveyor level 3, and industrial storage. Those are always really nice ones. I really want to get to the hyper tubes. Pretty cool. Hey, Amethyst, how you doing? Just realized you were on. Yes, I did. I did send it out via Twitter. And all of that fun stuff. Oh, I forgot to say I'm live on Twitter, too. Hold on a second. I forgot to put the little live stamp on my Twitter page, as I do from time to time. I forget stuff. I forget stuff. That should be my tagline. I forget stuff. All right. Yeah, so this is a little bonus stream on top of my normal streams. I did say that we were going to try to get a Satisfactory stream in on Friday or Saturday, and most likely today. I've been doing tons of stuff today. I had to move my schedule around. My kids are going to be learning from home. Not homeschooled like I'm going to teach them, but schooled from their teachers at work, at actual school. But they need a place to, they need to stay in the schedule and all of that stuff, so... Big Daddy got to step up. Got to step up, and we're trying to get all of our stuff done today in anticipation of all of that. I hope you don't mind, everybody. I have to do what I have to do to take care of the family. All right, let's see. Let's put this away. Don't need that right now. And so on. I got a whole bunch of coal on me that I don't need. Let's put it away in our miscellaneous box over here. Actually, let's get all this stuff. Out of there. Ain't doing us no good in that box. And we'll put our miscellaneous... Oh, wait. We don't need to do that. We don't need to do this anymore. I forgot. We don't need to just kind of... You know, when you get extra junk on you, you just start throwing it in there. I don't need to do that anymore because we have our junk disposal unit right over here. So what we do is any extra stuff that we have can go into this right here. Right? This is the thing. It's collecting... You put in so many items and it collects your printable coupons, which allows you to get stuff. So I have a ton of extra wire right now that I'm not using. And if I have anything I'm not using, I go ahead and just feed it in there like this. And it will literally just dispose of it for me. So it'll take all this random stuff. You know, I have all this extra resources all the time. It'll take all that random stuff and run it in here. And then it basically collects a bunch of loot for those coupons. Now, I feel like this is, yeah, that's a level 2 there. So anything that you have, you just throw it in there. It'll run it in there and get rid of it. So it's pretty cool. So no day streams for being, well, it'll be kind of like late afternoon streams. It will be kind of during the day. It'll just be later in the day. And then we'll just go from 4 all the way to 12. Kind of doing my normal amount of time that I usually stream. I usually stream about 8 hours a day. 5 days a week. All right. Well, you know, we always run over usually, though. It's more like about 50 to 70 hours a week sometimes. But there you go. Oh, and it's time for a battle. Let's see how many peeps have joined us. Let's go. Battle time. Let's go, baby. Uh-oh. Got 2 people down here in the corner. Handy coming in. Sans coming in. Got some action. Uh-oh. We lost our team in the upper right. Trying to keep my big fat head out of the way. Let's get it! Nice. And there's a win. That's a great way to start the day. Let's do it. Let's do it. I have some cool Stream Raider stuff coming for you guys. I was laughing. I was working on a compilation I call the Mega Cut of all of the battles that we've done. And I've had to split it up because I've got so many battles. I had to split it up. So I was making it and I was doing it in normal time like this, right? I was doing it in normal time, and then I thought, no, okay, I got to work on the thing. Let's do the purple thing. I don't even know what this purple thing is for. It's just different color, so bam, I'm down for that. Boom. All right, down here in the bottom. I don't know what it is about this bottom right corner, but I just start there. So what I did is I went in, and I was fast-forwarding through it, and it was going really fast, and it made me laugh. And anything that makes me laugh, I'm down for. So I made a normal speed version, and then I made a 4 times speed version, which is hilarious. It's hilarious to go, doing all of these battles, and I have them all in a sequence. So it's like, and it's like, and it's like doing all of the battles really, really fast, which is it's just absolutely hilarious to watch. I am fascinated by these battles. I could watch these battles all day long. So feel free to join us, streamcaptain.com. You can find your streamer, which is me, Kismet. I'm going to be running those all day long. I run them even when I'm sometimes not even streaming. Very, very fun. Oh, there's somebody joining me already. Eddie and Sins coming in, dropping some units in there. Feel free to join us. We're trying to grind this event. I think it was 15 hours yesterday that I ran it. Yeah, 15 hours. I was running battles all day, every 30 minutes. Pretty amazing. I was falling asleep at the keys waiting for people to start battles. Oh, no. Oh, no. It does happen. We're getting close, though. We're almost to that max tier. We're going to try to get that going on. All right, so we got a whole bunch of that. This all looks good. Every now and again, by the way, you want to check back in on your power because it could have just been primed in the beginning that it's working, and then all of a sudden you come back and you're like, whoa, what's going on with my power? But it definitely has more coal and water than it knows what to do with right now. Now, I feel like I could probably squeeze one more in. Let's just push our luck and try to squeeze one more of these babies right in here. Like this. You know, we'll just kind of put it off by itself here so we're not crowding too much stuff together. We'll come back and optimize all this power. Again, I feel like I'm going to move this power over to the other side. We've got to get that steel production going so we can get all of that going. But really, the cool thing is once we have our power going here, we are so styling. Because now we don't have to run back over here and feed it. Speaking of, hold on. Speaking of, we don't have to run back over here and use all these biofuel things anymore. We don't have to go collect leaves and do all of that. I feel like that's one of my favorite parts of the game is when you hit that moment where you no longer have to do all that. There we go. We already took our fuel out over there. Everything's looking good there. And again, see, every time I get to another stage, I just want to tear it all down and re-optimize it and tear it all down, re-optimize it. And that's how you learn. That's how you learn. Oh, did I just put that down? No, I think this was here before. See, look at how beautiful that is when you start taking out all that extra stuff that you don't need any longer. Now we're just polluting the heck out of the atmosphere. Yay, us! Yay, us and our polluting factory we have going. All right. Let's go ahead and get that. Oh, I need those little bars. Now, I need to get my other production going here of these particular bars and stuff that I'm using. Oh, if I could just go right here. Though I can manually make them, obviously, the more automated rotors, the more automated of all this stuff you have going, the better it is. Let's see, I need 10 rotors, so I need screws. And I have plenty of that. Let's go. How many screws do I need? There's one rotor. Apparently a whole lot. And I feel like we're just going to move all of this. We're going to move all of this over there. We'll move our hub over there. We'll move our space elevator. We'll move all of that. And we'll centralize everything around our hub, our space elevator, as well as we'll be bringing up our water. And I feel like I'll bring the water up and just put it right into the tank, into the storage tanks, and then run it from there. And we're going to make a bunch of these, so we're going to burn up all of this. Now, in the beginning, you spend a good amount of time just kind of working up all your resources. Now, you can spend a lot more time just automating it all, spending more time automating and getting it fired up. But I feel like in the beginning stages, you know, most of the time it's just easier for you to make it than it is to automate it. But later on, you absolutely have to have it automated because this stuff takes really, really long time to make when you're making it. When you have 5 of them making 15 of each thing, you get it going on pretty good. Now, I started over from scratch, so this is a new playthrough. I think I'm on like the 3rd round of us playing, and we've only been playing like a few hours in this playthrough. I can't even remember how many hours it's been. Let's go ahead and run this over here, and we'll run that up again so we don't have to run into it and run that down. Very nice. All right. And then we'll go grab the one from over here. Now, after a while, this is what we call spaghetti. And that's where you just have stuff running all over the place. And it's just like an absolute mess, right? And again, I don't worry about it in the beginning. Some people, they get all, well, my thing is better than your thing. And let me tell you how awesome I am compared to how much you suck and all of that. I don't get into that. People will come in and like, hey, Kismet, my thing is way better than yours. Hey, congratulations. I don't get all into that. At the very beginning, don't worry about how nice your stuff looks. That is a really important component later on, that you want to learn how to run them along the conveyors and how to optimize everything and how everything runs at a certain rate and how to do the math of everything you're doing, because that's really the most important part later on. How efficient you are, how dense your stuff is, the less power it uses, the less stuff it does, the quicker it runs, the more stuff it's producing, and so on and so forth. Now you see I've ran that all the way over here, and I'm going to run some coal into there. We've also tapped also off the side of this water, so we're splitting this water into 3, and we'll see how this works out. I'm going to go ahead and tap that right into there. And we'll give it a minute to kind of preload a lot of that. It's got the water. It doesn't have the fuel yet. We're waiting for the fuel to kick in. Any second, it's going to come down the line there. There we go. And now we've gone up to 525. And now also we can watch the coal, by the way. A really fun thing to do when you're doing this kind of stuff is to actually watch over time. Is the coal diminishing or is it going up? Or is it staying the same? Now, obviously, the ultimate would be for it to stay the same and never go down or never go up. That means you're perfectly bringing it in at the same rate that it's using it. Now, right here, I have such a really awesome coal node that is literally pumping so much coal in there that it's going up, which is great. And the same thing with my water here. We're producing so much water, and now we have a backload of water, or a backlog of water, that even at 300, even though it's producing at 360, even at 300, we could go ahead and use this excess thing. Now, what's going to happen over time, though, is because that's only going at 300, and if we do the math here, right, we're going to do the math. Ready? It's not going to be hard. Like we say, this is 50 and 50, right? So that's 100. This is 200. This is 300. That's 350. The fastest our pipes can go is 300. So that tells you that over time, that one over there is going to not have enough water to sustain it. So we're going to just test it, though, and see what happens. But if you just do the simple math, you'll see that that happens. I'm 9 away from having tier 12. Awesome. Awesome. See, I don't play enough to be up in those high levels, but I'm trying to sneak it in because it is a really awesome update between No Man's Sky. We've been doing Subnautica below zero, as well as trying to get our Satisfactory going. So yeah. Currently using my wireless mouse and keyboard. Not sure if they're as good as wired, though. Yeah, wireless keyboards now and wireless mouses are great. I have a really nice wireless mouse. The only problem is sometimes I game longer than like 6 hours, so then it dies, which is a bummer. Which is why the bummer with wireless headphones, same problem. I wear them for 4 hours and boom, they're dead. So either I have to have two of them to switch between the two, and the same thing with the mouse. I'd have to switch between two separate wireless mouses to get it going. But it is nice if you're not going to be at the computer for an extended period of time. Then it's very nice. Nordy coming in and says, hi, what tier are you on? I'm on tier 3. Right now, just getting started, very early game. We're just kind of exploring around, seeing what's new. Now, remember that no backseat gaming. You don't need to tell me. I'm just talking out loud, talking out my thought process. That's why a lot of people watch my stream, is I kind of think through things as I go along. I discover things as I go along. You don't need to tell me, Kismet, go do this, or this is how this works, and that's how that works. I like to discover that as I go along, but I do appreciate the sentiment, though. I know you're just trying to back me up, and I appreciate that. All right, so we're going to need 100 rotors over here. We've got some rotors going right now, but we definitely need to get some more production going on that. And we'll probably tap into that a little bit. We also need to get our modular frames going. And I feel like also if we could get our next milestone going here, which is our logistics going. Did we get our next level MK? No, we did not. Oh, see, we got our miner up here. We could be doing double the production we're doing now and get it going. That's 200 and 200. We're definitely going to need the tier 3 before we get to tier 4. Unless we want to manually go and create a lot of this stuff, which we really don't. When you get into this higher level stuff, you definitely want it to be automated. All right, so this is what we're working on. We've got that. We need our modular frames going, and we need our rotors going. Now, I know I already have my rotors running, and I have them running into one of my storage things here. As we can see them going along. Now, they actually go fairly slow. The rotors. We got 55 in there while we were chatting, because we actually took all of those out and was using them earlier. So 55 is a good start. Let's go ahead and pump those in there too. And I like to keep pumping them in there so I know where I'm at, right? Because it's going to tell me in this upper right-hand corner. I love this. They put this stuff in the corner. You can also select a whole bunch of stuff and put that up in there and say, look, I want to make 3 mining and a whole bunch of conveyor belts, and I want to make this machine and that machine. And you put it up there and it tells you what your totals are. You're going to need this much of this and this much of that and this much of that. That's awesome. I love that. I absolutely love this game. And I love the fact that it's conveyor belt based, right? You get this thing, and then it goes to this thing, and it goes to that thing, and the next thing, and the next thing. I absolutely love it. It's like Fallout 4 on steroids. Fallout 4, of course, had a huge conveyor system that you could do, and stuff you could turn on and off, and logic systems, and all sorts of cool stuff. And this game is like that times 1,000, like really, really awesome. And one of the fun things to do is figure out how it works, and then how to make it work better. and then how to make it look better and be more efficient and so on and so forth. And I have played a lot of Satisfactory. I've played many, many hours, thousands of hours, or hundreds of hours. I think it's hundreds of hours in Satisfactory. We played the previous version, and we're just kind of starting again. Whenever there's a new version comes out, I delete all my previous playthroughs and I start playing through again. So no backseat gaming, no spoilers. Don't tell me anything as I go along. I love to rediscover games. We come back and we revisit them along the way. I'm going to have some cherry Nuka-Cola. My last one, everybody. My last one, cherry Nuka-Cola, a.k.a. Dr. Pepper. I am massively addicted, but it is my last one in the fridge. We'll have to sip that one real slow. That'll get us some fun going on. We catch up on the chat. Swedish Fitty says, just tuned in. Is this your first... Wow, I just answered that question. Wow, that's why they call me Kismet. Welcome to the stream, Swedish Phoenix. Thanks for coming in and hanging out in the stream. Appreciate it. Now, if you're new to my stream, my name is Kismet. They call me the Wasteland Tycoon. I do play a lot of different building games. Obviously, Fallout. Obviously, 7 Days to Die. Love that game. Incredibly fantastic. Building games like Satisfactory. I love the engineering of it and all of that. Though I am an artist and a graphic designer. Been a graphic designer for 30 years. Though I don't do that anymore, so don't ask me. I don't do that for people anymore. I'm a 50-year-old disabled partnered streamer here on Twitch. I know, pretty amazing. You know the chance of that happening? About 1%. But over the last 5 years, I've worked very, very hard at it, had an incredibly great community rise up and say, Kismet, let's do this. And here we are today. Now 3 years later, by the way. I've been partnered for 3 years this year. Going to be awesome, awesome. So feel free to come in, relax, take it easy, put your feet up. We're going to be building a ton of stuff here, working our way through. And again, we're not worried about how it looks first. We're going to work on all that later. I'm going to show you some great designs and how to stack stuff and how to do stuff more vertical. We're working very horizontal. And I feel like, especially in the very beginning, that I don't spend a lot of time building it vertically. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get upgrades and you're going to get all this stuff. Now, if you can pre-think it out really far in advance, which is, I don't talk about some stuff early on because it goes, I like to walk people down the road. So we'll go and we'll talk about the first kind of tier. We'll talk about second tier. We'll work our way down the road. But what's going to happen is you're going to start upgrading these things and they're going to be going twice as fast. And then you're going to start getting 3 times as fast. You're going to get 3 times as much stuff. And then you're going to get more nodes and more stuff being piped in and more and more and more resources. And you're going to be getting more water and more power. And then you add more stuff and you're going to need more power. And you add more stuff and you're going to need more power. And so on and so forth. And we'll add trains and all that stuff. This game is not even released yet. And it's a 10 out of 10. Easy 10 out of 10. The second I saw those trains, it was an 8 out of 10. But the second they added those trains, it's a 10 out of 10. This is a buy. I know you got tons of really awesome games to play. I have a giant list of them that I'm trying to get to because I'm only one human being. There's only so much time in my day. As well as, I'm a wife. I got to spend time with a wife and family. I'm not a wife, but you got the idea. I got to spend time with a wife and family as well. So I got to take good care of them. This is why I had to shift my schedule is always around my family, by the way. So if you see me shift my schedule, it usually has to do with me either picking up my kids at school or helping with their homework or whatnot. Because of the virus outbreak, they're now at home. And they don't have any time in which they're going to return to school. So they're going to start classes from home where they do assignments and all that stuff. So you know how hard it is to have kids not on a schedule. So they're going to be at home on a schedule, and they're going to take it very serious because it does actually affect their grade. So my kids are super, super smart, but they have a little bit of a problem being, Johnny on the spot, right? Especially when you're just chilling at home. I can imagine all of the children who are not very disciplined. My kids are fairly disciplined, very disciplined in what they do, and they always know to do their homework first and all of that stuff. But I can only imagine how incredibly difficult it's going to be for some parents who don't have that kind of thing built into their kids. They haven't been teaching them that all this time. That is not good. I'm taking out some redundant stuff here. Some redundant poles that I no longer need because I removed all this other power here. Look at this. Look at how many redundant poles we have here now. All right, let's take all this out. This is super redundant pole action. And then we'll just do a little... It doesn't even need to be there anymore. This one doesn't need to be here either, because I'm no longer using that. But I definitely need the connection over here. Over there. Oh, I love optimizing stuff too. Another fun thing in this game is, again, you just build. Just build. Don't worry about the prettiness of your base. Just build. Learn to build. You learn how to get stuff going. And it starts getting complex pretty quickly. And then come back and optimize. And optimize and optimize and optimize. And learn how to work vertically, not just horizontally. Horizontally is great in the beginning, but you're going to run into some serious issues later on when you're not stacking all this stuff and you're not running it and you don't have your trains out there working and your vehicle running out and getting your resources and all that fun stuff. We'll get all that working, but we need to work our way toward that waterfall, because I'm going to put a big fat power plant right over there. We're going to tap all that water. We're going to suck that thing dry. We're going to drain all that water out of there, so we have massive sums of power. All right, what else we got in here? We can take this out now. And I'm just going around optimizing all these little things that we no longer need. Probably take this out now. There we go. Very nice. Okay. And let's go in and check in on our thing. They added these into skill trees now. They're pretty awesome. Tier 12 for the battles. Tier 12 for the battles, Kismet. And advancing is so slow. I'm sure it is, but that's okay. You just keep scaling it up and scaling it up and scaling it up. That's what I feel is the funnest part of this game. It is you got to keep scaling it up. No, not the last one, kids. Bashing Zeds, bashing Zeds. There you go. We're going to be bashing some Zeds on Saturday. We're going to be reduced bashing Zeds on Sunday, because I do need to get up early to be with my kids. So, there you go. Yeah, so not my first playthrough. I have played a lot of hours. I've got to the max tier and done all that stuff in the previous version. I've not got to the max tier in the new Update 3 yet, but we'll get there. We're also trying the new one, by the way, the new map. I've only ever done the forest map, and here's how I go. I play it for a while. I see all the new stuff, and then I stop playing. And then I say, more new stuff? Oh, hold on, let's go try it again. And then we revisit it. That's what I do with early access games. And I kind of check them out. Then I'll say, okay, we'll come back and revisit it again later. And that's what we're doing now here with Satisfactory. And same thing with Subnautica and with No Man's Sky. We're coming back to check on it. Now, No Man's Sky, I feel, is like a 10 out of 10. That's worth an absolute playthrough. Incredibly well done job of them coming back from that huge issue they had when they first launched. And Satisfactory here is awesome out of the gate. These people are absolutely... They're like, hey, what would Kismet want in this game? Pipes, that's what he'd want. He'd also want the ability to zap from one end of his factory to the other. Those hypertubes, man, they're built that just for me. At least that's what it feels like. I seriously doubt it. I'm seriously doubt it. But they built it for people like me who love to build. Now, I could sit here... By the way, just so you know, this entire factory already built in my head right here. I already know what I'm going to do. I know exactly I'm going to take it all down. I know exactly how I'm going to build it. I know I'm going to stack it and build it vertically and all that stuff. Of course, it could change in 5 minutes, but that's definitely what we got going on in the brain. I love to kind of pre-think things out and then build them as well. But we're going to just do it as we go. All right, let's go see what we need in our space elevator over here. And let's check this out. All right, so we need to definitely get our production of all this going as well. I feel like that'll be later. Really, we need to get our rotors going. We're about 45 away on our rotors. I don't even know if we set this up to build. Now, again, I'm going to redo all of this. This is just some basics over here. This is really super basic, right? You're making your wires. You're making your frames and whatnot. And I'm instead of running over here every single time, I'm piping it over there. Now, what's going to happen is when this gets updated, right, when I get to the Mark II, all of this is going to be taken out and redone, because then I'm going to have twice as much resources to do the same thing, right? And eventually what you want to do is have a little cluster, or you could pipe it all into your main base. It's up to you. Or you can have multiple bases, or one mega base or whatnot. You can just pipe all the resources into storages and then run those wherever you need them to go, which is a super fun way of doing it. Is that you have this super clean pumping of resources into the main thing, and then this awesomely organized multi-tier vertical and horizontal base that is just churning out tons and tons of resources. And you can do it however you want. Me, I prefer to always start horizontal and then get the upgrades, get the upgrades, get the upgrades. And then when I start getting into tier 2 and tier 3s, then we'll start working vertical. Probably tier 3 we'll start working vertical because that's easier. It's easier to just stack these above them. And then you can run all of the stuff behind, right? So you can run your coal up, doop, doop, doop. You can run your water up, boop, 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 and so on. You can run it up like this because the biggest problem, and you can see it when I'm working on horizontal over here, the biggest problem with working in a horizontal fashion is this kind of overlapping. See this overlapping of this and the pipe and all of this? And we're trying to get it to come down and this to try to go over like that. And if you think of that in your head, you're like, oh, wow, Kismet, whoa, maybe I just blew your mind. You're like, whoa, you're right. Vertically, it would just go straight up and down, and then you could just run it in there, run it in there, run it in there. Instead of working horizontally, where you have to do this, what we call spaghetti, where you're trying to make it run under, you're trying to make it run over, or you can, you could very nicely organize it as well. You could put one up high, one down low, and run it that way as well. But I find vertically always works pretty nicely. Now, of course, the problem that we found early on is that it is tough to run that water straight up, right? Remember us trying to run that water straight up from down below? But instead we said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do a nice switchback. I feel like that's the biggest issue when it comes to your water here. And you can see instead of just going straight vertical like we had it before, where it came up here and we were trying to put pumps and pumps and pumps every little bit, what we did is we made it more of a kind of flat thing, right? So as we come in and we make it flat, that'll be our biggest hurdle in doing that kind of build. The same thing with all of our other stuff, really, is we want to do it vertically. Now, probably power is going to be the toughest thing to do vertically, right? But everything else is really simple to do vertically because your conveyors, even when they're going straight up like this, even when they're going at a harsh angle, and I hope I'm not going to get in trouble now because they're going to probably change it, then we'll be all screwed, because it'll take the verticality into it and it will actually slow down your conveyor based on how vertical it is. It doesn't do that yet, but this will go at whatever the speed of the conveyor is. So if I just make the conveyor go straight up like this, literally at this max angle, it will still go at that 60 or 120 or 320. So it'll go at whatever speed you have it set for, right? So that's good. So that's good to do that vertically. Now, of course, even easier than doing conveyors like that is doing your lifts. Now, our lifts over here, you can see we got them going right down here. We're lifting this stuff from down below, which, of course, makes taking resources and lifting it up. So running that up and then lifting it to the next one up and lifting it to the next one up and lifting it to the next one up, super easy, right? So you have that going into a container. From that container, it then goes into the unit, and so on and so forth. And you'll get the idea. We'll come back to all that vertical stuff later. But that we'll work on all of that. We'll work on all that stuff later. We'll see how it works out. That's part of the fun. Part of the fun is figuring it out. Right now, a lot of sketty. Oh, you're making some spaghetti for everybody in the chat. I hope we all going to get some. Nurak coming in, but you got to use a lot of pumps then. That's true. I just said that. Wow. Again, we're in sync, bro. We're in sync. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being in the stream. All right. Yeah. That's a lot of sketty. Oh, you mean my build's a lot of sketty. Yes. Again, this is one of the things. People like me are very proud of how they build, right? It's not just what they build. It's how they build, especially here in Satisfactory. They're very proud of the efficiency and how they build it and how they make it look really nice, as well as what it does. What it does is, I would say, maybe 30%, and how it looks is like a 70%. They take pride in their builds. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, unless you're bringing other people down and say, oh, your thing sucks, mine's the best. That road you don't want to go down, I would suggest. But of course, it's your life, your choices. But for me, I would definitely, if you're just starting the game, is just don't worry about that. Don't let nobody come in and say, your thing sucks or whatever. You just build so you can understand. Understanding is always most important. That's what's always first. And in the beginning, you're just collecting resources. You're upgrading your basic tiers. There's no reason to spend 50 hours doing a whole bunch of fancy stuff. that typically you're going to upgrade and rebuild most of it anyway, unless you can think very far ahead. If you can think very far ahead, then more power to you, because you can just add and add and add, especially vertically. You can just keep adding as you're upgrading and doubling up stuff. Now, me, I like to bring my base up off the ground. As you can see, we're way up here. And again, I don't work on the supports yet. I'll come back and do that, or I may never do it. We'll see. But I build up really high, so you have basically an infinite, or at least a large area to build and get down how to build and how to get things going early on. All right, now while we were chatting over there, it was churning away. It's just churning away tons and tons of resources while I am doing other things. There's 27, getting closer. And again, we don't have any frames here, though we do have a lot more resources we could tap into. Let's see, modular frames. How many do we need? 50, So we need a ton of our reinforced iron plates and a ton of iron rods. Let's see how long it takes for us to make it. And then we'll take a look elsewhere. Oh, there's some rods back here. We definitely need to get more of our rods. And I think we have our rods diverting back here, if I remember correctly. I love the fact you can go under these too. See, it lifts it up and you can go under them. I like everything to be lifted up, especially when you get your vehicles. Then you can, you lift it up enough where you can drive under it on your vehicles. You have a nice thoroughfare where you're going back and forth. Of course, we're going to have hypertubes now, so maybe we don't even need vehicles. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, where's my pipes at? I think I changed this from pipes. Let's go see. Got all our materials in here. Oh, here's my pipes over here. Okay, now I always create like an excess overflow of resources like this. So I can come back and grab a bunch of these should I need them later, which I could use them right now. And this is actually pumping in here and producing the very thing that we're looking for here, which is our things there, our modules. This one over here, producing a bunch of iron plates and pumping it that way. Let's see how many iron plates we've got back over here in the corner. None. Good. That's what you want to see. You don't want to see any back there. You want them all up here. Now, you can actually jump on the conveyor, and the conveyor make you go faster, which is very, very fun, especially the real fast ones, which will literally launch you off the top of there. Woo, it'll launch you like a rocket. It's really, really fun. And that's what I used to do, by the way. I would use conveyors instead of ladders and all that other stuff. I would just use conveyors to get from one place to another. Oh, these are going up here. I bet you there's a ton of them in there then. I haven't taken any of them out of there. Hey, there they are. Nice and conveniently brought all the way back to our base. Ooh, that's a whole bunch of them. Oh, I don't have no more room. Overburdened, everybody. There's a surprise to no one. I'm constantly overburdened, by the way. You know what? I should put my builder thing back over here. I'm going to put my... Oh, it's battle time again. Let's do it, everybody. Let's get it going on. Where's my darn little builder thing? Ooh, we got our tractor and our truck station. I forgot. We got that last time. Oh, I always forget what this darn thing is. It's special, isn't it? Oh, that's hub. Where are you hiding? There you are, you sneaky little production craft bench. Put that back over here. We don't have to run back to our hub every time. Okay, we can make 200. That ought to do it. And then we're going to need a box again over here because we're always running out of space. There we go. And put a little bit of this concrete away. There we go. All right, now we can make it ourselves. We can see how long that's going to take. Going to take a little while. Right here. Like so. Boom. All right, so we made like 4 of them or 6 of them. And it's basically making them 2 at a time. So if we go ahead and say roughly do 25 of these, it's going to give us the 50 we need. And sometimes it's faster just to do this. Now, we have plenty of power. There's no reason we got to manually be doing this here. And all of this stuff right here, we've got a lot of extra that we can run. Now, we don't have to necessarily run it from over there. We can just have a production unit where we grab the stuff, put it in there, and then it will produce whatever we want it to produce. So we're going to do a little bit of that. So we're going to grab our constructor over here, and we're going to aim it in that way and out the other way. And a little bit too close there. Move it away a little bit. So we're going to take our constructor here and run it over. Come on, fingers. There we go. Again, sometimes you want to think out of the box. You don't have to always have it all feeding in there and doing all that stuff. You can manually do it as well. Okay, so we want it to go in Oh, this is the wrong thing. Wrong item. Sorry, not the constructor. Wrong item, because I went in there and I was going to make it, and I could see it wasn't an option. We need some more of these. So let's grab a few more of these in here. There we go. And we need our assembler. That's what we need, because it needs 2 items and not just 1. That's why it obviously needs assembler. Oh, we need 1 more. 1 more for 2. I feel like I'm going to catch it coming down. Uh-oh. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, see this right here? This right here, this is telling me it's full. It's pumping in here, and it's full now. Oh, let's grab... I don't like it when my stuff gets full. Sort that in there. I don't like it when it stops production. I like it when it's always doing something. And it's good to have a lot of overflows. If you're not using enough of it, is to have it overflow into another box and another box and so on and so forth. Down the chain of the line in case something gets backlogged or when your things turn off or whatever. It'll still keep making the thing and keep going and going. All right, let's take a break from this real quick. We're going to go ahead and do a little little side battle. It's called Stream Raiders. Very, very fun. Little side thing that we do. We'll come right back to Satisfactory here in a second. Oh no, these guys are getting owned. Here we go. Let's zoom in on the action. Got him. Who is that? Very nice. All right, let's open that chap. Just slide it right over there. Let's see. Amethyst Laney. Hey, getting some extra scrolls there. There you go. Most kills coming in from Twisted Cyberchick. Riverdog coming in, getting that 12 assists. Top assist there. Very nice. Riverdog coming in MVP. We got Moose, Twisted, Bottom Fish, and we're going to skip me. Sins coming in that top 5. Nice job, guys. Nice job. Let's keep it going. So tempted to go here, but we really should go here. Mystery, boom, that, and maybe boss. Let's see if we can get that done before we run out of time. Let's check our little things here. Now, if you want to join us, by the way, you can join us at streamraiders.com. This is a cool little side game where you can put down your tank, your warrior, or your range classes, and everybody kind of works together to defeat all the enemies. Very, very fun. I absolutely love it. I'm addicted to this game. Very, very addicted. All right, we're going to put my tank down right there. We're going to fight our way through. You guys know what to do. You know what to do there. Okay. Okay, so we got our thing here. We're going to go in here. There we are. Those are modular frames. Now, look at this. I can just feed this in here. I can just feed it in there, and then it will just run. All right, so we just take that, pump that in there, and boom. And it's going to go ahead and make those for me. Right? I don't have to do it. Why do I got to do it? Why do I got to do it? I got a whole gigantic factory full of stuff. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and bring our storage container. And we'll bring it over this way a little bit. Put it off to the side a little bit there. And then same thing over here. We're going to go ahead and run. Let's go ahead and run a separate line here for our dealio. And run that in there. And same thing. Modular thing. Feed that in there. Feed that in there. Now, the only problem is eventually it's going to run out. And then you're going to have to go and manually put more in there, which is not really what you want to do. That's not really optimum. But if you want to go fast and you ain't got a lot of resources, this is a great way of just micro-feeding it in there and then running it and merging it together. So we're going to create a couple more here. Right over here, if we can get enough assemblers going here. So we need 4 more. See what we're at now. 5. Awesome. We'll put another one in. Now, this is just going to be temporary just to try to get these rocking and rolling. And I don't need to worry about the input. I don't need to worry about running all of the stuff. I literally just come over here and say, you know what? Come on, I want modular frames. Get that going on. I got a ton of these laying around. Doing nothing. Oh, we got 58 of them on me. Now, I can also just go right up here and just like, boom, and I don't have to do nothing. It'll just grab it right out of that box. And then I could say, hey, look, it's bringing the wrong thing out. So watch out. Get that out of there before it gets into your assembler. You don't want that to happen. You don't want that to happen. So that was the wrong one. It's this one. Yeah, there we go. Hey, that's why you always should be watching. Bam, right there. Now I'll show you a cool little trick. With splitting this here, you can go ahead and actually split it after you make it, which is very nice. So we go ahead and put a splitter. We can put it right here on the splitter line, like this. So say we'll put it right there, and then we'll change our mind. We'll say, you know what? I don't want that to go into there. I want this one over here to go into there. Oh, well, our thing's in the way, of course. I knew the second I put that back, it was going to be in the way of something. Bam, there we go. So that's going to go there. This one in over there. This one. Doing some spaghetti city here. And then into there. All right, now we don't have to feed them in there. So you kind of fill them up and then let those feed in there automatically. Now this is going to go fairly slow, but that's okay. Now we got at least half of it fed, right? So the only thing we need to feed in are going to be the rods as well. Or we could run the rods over here and do all of that as well. But we got to have them coming in at 12 per minute. If you don't want to do the math, this is a fantastic way of doing this, of just making a ton of it and then just feeding it into these. So this churns them out at a much higher rate, because you can, you know, put 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 of these down, and you don't have all the other machinery and all the other stuff that you need resources for. Now, what we're also going to do is we're going to go ahead and combine all of these back together, so we don't have to do the work. And we're going to have it aim right toward our thing here. I actually even put it in the right direction, too. Look at that. Look at that amazingness. All right, and we'll see at what speed it's coming out, right? So this one is going to come out 2 per minute. I forgot to run the power for that one, too. Let's go ahead and run the power. Over there. There we go. So this is going to come out 2 per minute, so I don't think that's going to be a problem. It's going to equal a total of 6. And then we're going to run it all in here. So it doesn't get full, and then it will... Oh, freezing. Dropping frames. Well, let's see if I come back, everybody. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see me and hear me, everybody. My whole entire thing just froze. Oh, there I am. I'm back. Whoop, whoop. I was a little freeze frame. Freeze frame. Freeze framing there for a minute. Dropping some serious frames there. 320. There we go. Thank you, Absence Lady. I appreciate that. Hey, River Dog, what's up? Thanks for the host, by the way, Diablo. Thanks for coming in, showing the love. Thanks, everybody, for the follows as well. Thank you for all the ones in the chat. Appreciate it. All right, especially appreciate it so much. I'm going to give everybody 1,000 kiss caps. So when that thing comes up, that Wastelanders party on April 7th comes up, you may win some epic loot. I'm telling you. Working on it right now. Working on it right now, so be ready for that. There we go. So we got 12 of them already in there. This is going to produce 2 times 3, which is 6. I'm sure some of you knew that. And it's going to be cranking those babies out, right? One after another after another. Now, this one says no power. So did we have some sort of problem? Did our power kick off? Do we not have enough going on? Let's go see. Right here. Yeah, look. One of our things kicked off for some reason. So we're going to go ahead and power that back on again and figure out why it's down at 225. Right? So we're going to look at the coal. We're going to look at the water. Okay, that's looking fine. And then we'll run over here. What do we got? Coal and water. That one's fine. Over here. Coal, water. All right, so those 3 are looking good on that side. Coal, water. Coal, water. Coal, water. Coal, water. That tells me that I disconnected a wire somewhere and it's not running to the rest of my power. And I bet you it's this one right here. All this power over here is not running into my system anymore because we rearranged our power grid. There it is right there. We rearranged our power grid, so our power grid now doesn't have as much power as it had before. So those other 2 over there are trying to do the whole rest of everything. Now we're going to kick that on, and then we're going to see if it's back up. See? We disconnected a wire. That's what that's saying. I saw it the second I saw that it was at 200 instead of 500. I knew I had disconnected a wire somewhere along there. And now, GG. It's good. All right, we'll let that run. Also, the nice cool thing, too, is it was backlogging there while we were waiting. While it kicks off the power, it's still running the coal in there. It's still running all that stuff in there. We're looking good. We're not anywhere close. See, that power shouldn't have went off. We're not anywhere close to having too much stuff running at this point. All right, and all of our stuff's queue up again. There we go, looking good. And we're having this all fill in here, and these are all pumping out of there. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, and then we'll take this and we'll pump this into our dealio over here. And there we go, getting closer, getting closer. We never want our production to stop, though. We always want that to be constantly running so that we don't have to be doing it as well. So you don't have to build the... Oh, over here. You don't have to build the entire thing every time. And I'm trying to get to steel production as well as I'm trying to get definitely to my thing right here. So we're going to need to figure out what this is going to take. And in this case, it's going to need 200 rotors and it's going to need steel pipe. So we want all of this stuff to be running as well. And you can spend your time going and tapping in more resources and building more and more structure, which we have actually, look at this, just sitting out there, not even being used. Sitting out there, tons of resources just sitting right there, completely unbeing used because we're taking care of our power first. Always want to work that power first, and then if you have enough power structure, then the rest of it just kind of falls into place over time. All right, we got that going. We got all those feeding in there, so we don't have to micro watch those all the time. It's got plenty of rods in there. That's going to run for a while. We need about, let's see, 30, 40, 50, about 20 more. We got 10 right there. And I feel like the other thing we want to do is maybe pop another one down here. Let's use a little bit of these over here. I can't remember where they were. I think it was in this one. Yeah, it's the second one. And those are going to come down there, but I feel like we need to get another one of these. And we'll just turn that one also to, yeah, we need 4 of those. Turn that one also to, or maybe we'll just do this. We'll just do these 3 when this is done. That's an even better idea. Yeah, when we get these done, we'll switch them over to doing some more of that stuff. More of them rotors. And we'll tap some of these other resources. Yeah, 9 more. All right, speaking of tapping other resources, I feel like it's time to do some building. Why is this one? That's not my one. Oh, I've been building with the wrong one. What the heck? What the heck? We must have been using that for something. Where is my other one? Foundations. There we go. This one should be my number 5. There we go. I have it all programmed to quick key, so I can just click some buttons. And we're going to start building some more. We got so much concrete right now. We could literally build for days. So we're going to build our way out here. One of my fun things to do is to walk forward and just keep walking forward and see how far I can go before I fall to my death. It's always fun. Whoop. Look at these more nodes out here we haven't even tapped into. So while we're waiting, let's go running out here. Build a whole lot of stuff. Out of cement. Look at this. Now see, some people see a waterfall. I see tons of water. Tons of water as resources to tap into. Now I feel like we'll put our hub up here by the waterfall because that's cool. And then we're going to tap all of this water. We do have a desert environment. The funny thing is we chose the desert one. And then you need lots of water. But we'll go and explore and do all of that stuff later. But look at it. Look how quickly we added all that space in. So very nice. And we'll tap all these ones. We've got ones already tapped. We've got some more of them over here. Even if they're low-level nodes, it's still okay to tap them and then have them making resources and whatnot. And this is how this game is. You're compounding and compounding. You're getting more and more nodes, more and more factories built, more and more stuff building faster and faster and faster. If you're hitting a point where you're slowing down, you're not tapping enough nodes. You need to keep, if it's going slow, tap more nodes, get more resources, get more upgrades, and keep tapping them all over the entire world. Because you could, in theory, just be feeding just an endless source of of materials into your gigantic bases, or setting up remote bases that just convert it into whatever you wanted to convert it into, and then the truck runs it to you, or the train runs it to you, or the conveyor runs it to you, however you want. I'd love to see also a covered conveyor. Don't tell me if they've added that. I like to see a covered conveyor, and the reason why is so that you wouldn't have to see the resources actually going down the line, and it would just have a light, red or green, whether it was actually running. So you wouldn't have to physically see it, which means it would take less visual resources of your computer to actually run that stuff. Even though you would, you wouldn't be able to see it unless you wanted to. You could add a little glass thing so you could look in there and watch it go down the line. But I feel like the pipes would be great as an insulator for a conveyor, right? So you just have a round pipe that runs all your stuff through and has a little conveyor inside it, but you don't have to see it, which means it doesn't have to physically redraw it every single time, which will allow you to keep your frames up, if you know what I mean, for some of you who really build big stuff. All right, now our concrete has stopped. We don't want that to happen. We don't want our concrete stopping. We want to use as much concrete as we can. I got a ding. Hey, Domino's says order some pizza. Tempted me, bro. Tempted me. All right. We got plenty. I love the sort function. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you, Subnautica. Give me a sort function, bro. Where my sort function at? I'm looking at you, No Man's Sky. Why no sort function? Why can't I alphabetically sort my stuff or put similar stuff next to each other? Why do we not have a sort function? I don't know. Seems crazy. 2 years later, no sort function. You can control mouse click to transfer max possible amount of inventories. What, in No Man's Sky? What you talking about? What you talking about? Or are you talking about 7 Days to Die? What you talking about? Or are you talking about this game? I bet you're talking about this game, because that's how you move all of the same thing into your inventory. And I did know that. I did know that. Now, why I'm not using that, I don't know. I just didn't think of it, I guess. I do know that, though. I do know that one. I have played a few hours before. You're like, Kismet, what the heck are you building? Oh, I'm building a lot of room right here. I'm building a lot of room. I like building stuff like this. I like building really large areas. All right. Now, I feel like what we're going to do is we're going to tap all this water. And then we're going to do our nice little switchback like we have over there, which we've learned. Nice long switchback. And we're literally going to funnel all of that water up here. And this is going to be a big old power factory up here. We'll get that going. That's going to be sweet. Now, we're also going to need to get our coal over here, obviously. So we'll put a bunch of coal storage and whatnot over here. We'll pipe a ton of coal over here. Because this is going to need a ton of power as well. Why am I doing that? I could just do this. Boom. If you just aim straight down, and once it does the one beforehand, and you get to a point where you're blocking the next one, this makes this go pretty fast. And you can also do it like this. Boom, boom, boom. Like that. That goes pretty fast as well. I don't know. Sometimes I like to do the first round. I do the first round by walking, right? I just walk it across the whole thing. And then on the way back, I don't know if I feel like it. If I feel like it, I'll go in and make it go a little bit faster on the way back. Sure, world, you build it however you want. There you go. Come on, max possible inventory to it. No, in this game, I saw you click and stack, so it can be done in one click. I know that, Nurok. I do appreciate the reminder, though. Don't need the backseat game, though. Don't need to tell me what I should be doing, but I do appreciate the sentiment. I know you're just trying to back me up, trying to give me some love. I appreciate it. Appreciate it big time. I do like cool tips like that, though. I do like that. Because I play so many games at the same time, sometimes I do forget to do those quickie stuff. That quickie stuff, but I'll try to remember so I don't trigger you in the chat. You're like, Kismet, you're doing it really slowly. Do it faster. I'm in no hurry. No rush. Bam. All right. Looking nice. Looking good. Bam, 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 bam. Clicky, 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 clicky. Oh, now she's shaping up. She's looking sexy. Sexy, sexy, sexy. Oh, I love building. I just never get tired of it. Never get tired of collecting loot. Never get tired of building. I can just do it endlessly. If you didn't have to eat or drink or sleep, you know, a lot of us would probably not do those things. If you think about it, right? A lot of us would just be building, building, building every second we could. That's how you know you're a true builder. Is if you'd be doing it anyway. All right, I forget what kind of node this is down here. Let's jump down and find out. Whee! All right, what is this? Oh, look at this junky node. It's a 60. Eh, well, it's better than nothing. Better than nothing. Whoa! I hear you. Later! Can you climb, bro? I don't think so. Came out of nowhere. I don't even think I have any food. Let's save. We'll do all that again. Build it! Alright, that's it. Toto! Let's go, bro! You or me? It's gonna be me. That's an all me, everybody. That's an all me. Alright. So yeah, this is a 60. It's okay. It's okay, right? We're getting iron ore there. Definitely be good for making plates or whatever else we want to make. Definitely good. Now, here's a little trick, by the way. You're like, Kismet, how you going to get back up there? Just to make a little conveyor belt. Or just a little dealy. Let's see. Right there. Make our little pole thing. Oh, you're not going to do it? All right. That's okay. That's okay. Why is my... Conveyor must snap to conveyor pole or output building. Why is it not doing... Normally, it would just put the thing down for you when you're putting it down. Hold on. Yeah, look at that. It's not putting the thing down. See, normally it would just put the conveyor pole under it. That's interesting. Huh. Interesting. I just noticed that. Yeah, it's not connected to something. You have to start with the conveyor pole. I don't remember that from before. But you know what? We do what we got to do, right? I feel like you have to start it and then it will do one. Yeah. I don't even need it. I'm just doing it because it's fun. Because I could just jump up right there. There we go. All right, so maybe we got to do a little something here. Make this happen. Hold on. We got to come to this side. Do a little bit of this action. Let's stick it over here in the corner. There we go. And we grab it. We put it on top of there. I don't even think I've ever even tried that. All right. Now, here's the thing. When you're doing conveyor belts, the direction in which you do it is the direction in which it goes. Right? See, this is going down. Right? We don't need to go down. I can get just jumped down at this point. But if I want to come back up, I'm going to go and run it this way. And then say I do what I did before there again. And also just put a ramp in too, by the way. There's like 50 ways you could do. You can put your boxes there. There's 100 different ways of getting back up there. And soon our hypertubes. We'll get into that. But as you can see, works a really great way. And you go a little bit faster on your way up. Great way to get back up from wherever you are. I feel like it's more useful. And I will use it more than ladders. I feel like ladders are really awkward in this game. Especially when you're trying to go down the ladder. That definitely needs a lot of work. I feel like this is way better, and I feel like the hypertubes are going to be absolutely amazing. Okay, so now that we have enough power, we can run some power over here, and we'll get these fired up. Let's do it. Let's get it fired up. Oh, wait, we could probably do our thing now. Let's do that first. Let's get that going first. We want to get our jetpack going. Man, we got so much stuff we want to get going in this game. All right, there we go. We got those done. Looking good. Over here, let's see how many of these we got. Ready to rock, 22. Oh, I think we got it. I think we got it. So all the stuff that I do is kind of makeshift in the beginning because I don't feel like it's worth my time to build a giant factory in the beginning of the game. It's really more toward the later parts of the game when you have all these upgrades and you have all that stuff. Then it's worth to get serious about what you're building and really producing.
Oh. An additional project part can now be constructed. Progress to the next phase is now possible.
Thanks for letting me know. All right, what do we want to do next? Let's go check it out. All right, so we got tier 3 done. Right, we got all that done. We've got our framework in now. This is new. We're going to figure that out. Steel pipes, we had that before. All the stuff we had before. Advanced steel production, I definitely want that one. So we're going to go ahead and set that one up. We need 200 of those. And we need to set up our steel pipes. Now, conveniently, we just happen to have a new node over here, which we can tap into to make steel pipes. So let's do it. Now, me, I like to be as efficient as possible when I'm running lines or I'm setting stuff up and all of that stuff. So I will run the line the max distance until it says wire too long, which is right about there. And then I'll go ahead and just put that right over there. There we go. And just to make this look nice, we'll put it in the corner. Boom. And that is up and running. Okay, so we're going to need another forge or smelter. I call it forge when it's really called smelter. And let's go ahead. You know what? Let's start with, while we're waiting, let's go ahead and start with a nice storage container. Now, I like to start with a storage container because sometimes while I'm working on it, you can have it building up a nice backlog. Look at that. Perfect timing. Just as it started coming up. Perfect timing. Now it's going to go in the container. It's going to just keep going in the container while I am building out the rest of the thing. We're just going to run it along here and eventually run it all the way back to our hub so we don't have to run all the way out here. Why we got to run out here? Why we got to run out there every time? We should bring it to us as opposed to us have to go to it. All right, so what we need, of course, to build our thing here is we're going to need our constructor. So we'll just throw our constructor down. We'll take a quick look at that. If you forget how to do stuff, best thing to do is just go into the constructor, put one down, and say, okay, can I make this thing in the constructor? Oh, I can. Okay, cool. Steel pipes. Okay, what does the steel pipe take? Oh, it takes steel ignits. At what rate? 30 per, right? So that's coming out at 60. That's coming out at 60, running into this. Now, the cool thing about our basic conveyor belts is that they're actually at a rate of 60 already. So that means it's coming out of there at its maximum rate it can go right now, unless we boost it or put a level 2 on there. And we'll come back and do all that. That's what we're working toward, to get our level 2s before we get serious about our production. And again, look at it just piling in there. Now, so that comes out of there, and then it's got to go in here at a rate of 30, which means that in theory that we could set it up where it's going to be basically running in here at 30, but we need the smelters to do that, right? So it's coming out of here, currently at 60. We're going to go ahead and put in our smelters right after this, and then that smelter's then going to go into our constructor. All right, so smelter's coming in. Now we're going to go ahead and just throw it over here temporarily and look at it. We're going to go ahead and make iron ignits, so it's also going to, this also has an input of iron ore at 30 per minute. So we're going to go ahead and split this into 2 of these, and basically it's going to run 2 of those, and then the output of these 2 is going to be 30, which is what we need to make the steel pipes, and then we can have 2 constructors running 2 pipes at the same time. We're going to have 8 bazillion pipes. We're going to have way too many pipes very, very quickly, but that's okay. Depending on how fast its production is, right? That's how fast you get stuff. Let's see. We're doing logistics. We're going to do a nice splitter. We'll put it here nice and close. We'll line her up. And we're looking good. Now, again, remember, this is coming out of there at 60. It's all about the numbers, this game. This game is a numbers game. 60, 30, 15, 10s, 5s, 120, 320, 320, splitting in half, split 320, splitting in thirds, and fifths, and eighths, and tenths. There's a lot of sub-splitting and sub-splitting that's very good to learn along the way. All right, so we're going to go ahead and build 2 forges here, or smelters. Should probably stop calling them forges. All right, and we're just going to nicely put them lined up on each side here, like so, and then run this and hit. Well, we got to have it go in the right direction. Ought to help first. Let's do that first. That would be good. Oop, wrong thing. Wasn't watching my inputs and outputs. Clicking a lot of wrong buttons. What the heck? Stop it, mouse. This mouse is out of control. There we go. We definitely wanted to go green to orange. Green to orange. So we come out green. We go into orange. There we go. I thought that was a little weirdly offset. Again, this is among the simplest ways of doing this. Now, again, you can come in, you go vertical with these, and just have tons and tons of these going up, and then coming back and reconnecting and refilling up. Let's go ahead and run some power from our little power pole over here. And you can basically have unlimited amount of these power poles, by the way. So there's no real reason, because very early on, you get tons and tons of wire. So much wire that you probably will never even use it all. That much wire. It's a lot of wire. All right, for some reason that power is not on, though. See how it's red? That's saying it's not on. And that's most likely because I haven't set it to what it should be. There we go. Always good to check that out. There we go. Now they're green. Okay, now it's firing up. Going to make some iron ingots at 30 per. Then we're going to go ahead and fire up our constructors. And we'll just put them right in front. And notice how I've offset these, so it's easier to line these up. There we go. That little green line is telling us that they're lined up. Oh, that one not lined up. Apparently was not watching the green line on that one. This works really good if you only have one input, but you start getting 2 and 3 inputs and all the stuff starts getting all wonky. It gets wonky. Oh, time for another battle. All right, let's bring our power forward here. And now we're looking sexy here. Let's go ahead and put more power in there. That's why we added all this power. Now we're going to tell it steel pipes. And it's going to be making an obscene amount of these steel pipes right here. It's going to be producing them at 20 on the output. So 30 in, 30 out. 30 in, 20 out. Right? So it's going to be making these at 40 per minute. So every minute we're going to have 40 more of these. It's going to be quite a lot. So it's going to fire all that up and get that going and then start to feed that into here. Now let's see what it needs. Oh wait, no, it needs steel. That's my fault. Hold on, that's my fault. My bad. Hold on, there's a step in between. My bad. Hold on. That's steel beam. We need steel in there. Steel beam? No. Hold on. There's something in between. This is steel, and this produces iron. There's a difference. Oh, we're going to need coal and all of that. Hold on. See, I saw it was stopped. That's a dead giveaway that I got ahead of myself there. Got ahead of myself. All right, let's take that out. So, we're going to need coal, which means we're going to need an assembler actually instead. So, that was kind of foreshadowing by me saying the 2 ones are really tough to line up. So, we're going to need that coal. We're going to run our excess coal over here. There we go. Now, we're going to run it into there. There we go. And that should produce steel. No steel in there. Oh, I wonder where it is. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Part of the fun of remembering. I bet it's going to be the foundry. I bet that new foundry is all about it because that's what we just learned. Let's try it out right there. Again, going to take 2 inputs. Let's do a little offset right here. I'm going to line up this edge here like this. And that should come out of there nicely. There we go. I feel like when you line up the edge of this with the edge of this, you can run it straight out into your foundry. There it is in the foundry. We found it. We're going to need some coal here as well, but we don't worry. We've got some power. We're going to go ahead and run that power over there and at least get it going on the steel ingot. So now, again, coming out 30 right here, into here 30, out of here 30, into here. It's got to come in here at 45. All right, so now we've got a bit of a problem, right? We needed to be fed in there at 45, which is telling us that we don't have enough production. Not enough production. So again, if you make a mistake, if you don't do it right, here's the thing. Give yourself the freedom to make mistakes. Now, what people are going to do is they're going to come in and they're going to say, well, you made a mistake. Oh, I'm gonna tell you all about how you made a mistake, and I'm going to tell you how you did everything wrong. Ignore those people. In fact, cut those people out of your life. They're just going to be nothing but negative all the time, trying to tear you down. It's okay to make mistakes. I give you the freedom to make mistakes. I make them all the time. I just made one right there. The most important thing to do when you make a mistake is don't act like a know-it-all. Don't act like you know everything. The best thing to do is to say, my bad, I made a mistake, and then you move on. It's okay. It's okay to make mistakes, all right? It's okay to make mistakes and roll on and do what you love to do. So rock on, everybody. Every time I make a mistake, I always mention that on stream. It's okay. It's okay. And part of the fun is making mistakes and learning from those mistakes and going, oh, okay, that's how you do that. And you might try something and you're like, that doesn't work. You're like, oh, that doesn't work, but oh, that works. That works really nicely, right? And that's what you want. You want to get that rocking and rolling. All right, so this is going iron into here. Now let's double check. Oh, look at this. That's not even right either, everybody. We made another mistake. And it's okay to make mistakes, right? And you're like, Kismet, are you making that mistake on purpose? Or are you making that mistake just by making a mistake? I'm just making a mistake there. I had forgotten that you actually have to pump the iron ore into there to make the steel. Because I have not played this game in a really long time. And that's okay. So we don't even need the foundries. We don't even need the foundries. We take those foundries out. So we'll take that out of there. We'll take this out of here. There we go. Looking nice. And again, start again. That's what's so great about it. You didn't lose any of your resources, by the way. If you make a mistake and you build the wrong thing and you come back and you're like, oh my gosh, all my resources, you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. Okay, so take that out of there. Now here, this is going to need this at 45 per minute. So we don't have enough to make it 90. Which is what it should be, right? It should be 90, right? So if that's coming out at 120, we can cut it in half to 60 and 60. But what we really want to do is have it at 90 coming out, or if you do even more, 120. See how that math works out? So if you have it coming in at 120, you have enough of it coming out. If you have enough of it coming out of your thing, like when we get level 2 over here, this will be enough to do 2 of them. Because it'll be coming out at 120. We've already got our conveyors to run it at 120. And then when we split it in half from 120, right, or into thirds, then you're going to see that math starts to work out better. But right now, we're just going to do 1, right? So let's just do 1. So here we go. We're going to take this completely out. Don't need the splitter. We're going to take this out. And then we're going to have it come out of here at 60, which is very, very fast. We don't need it really at 60, but we'll have it come out of there at 60, and we'll have it go into here. And then there we go. So again, work it down the road. Enjoy yourself along the way. If you make your mistakes, go ahead. Make lots of mistakes. I'm 50 years old. I make mistakes all the time. And I certainly don't beat up other people for mistakes. I feel like that's the worst thing you could do because it instantly puts you at a negative thing with people. And I see people do it all the time. And they don't realize why people get mad at them. They have no idea. Like, why is that person upset? I'm just trying to tell them how to do stuff. Right? Then, of course, I always say, would you want someone walking around telling you what to do all the day? Hey, you need to listen to this music, and you need to put these clothes on, and you need to drive down this road and do this all day long. See, I feel like that is a huge, huge mistake. So, enjoy yourself. It's your life. They're your decisions, though. They're all on you. But that's a little life lesson to watch out for along the way. All right, so we got that 1 going. And now we're going to get our steel going. The only problem is we don't have any coal over here. Now, I'm not sure if we have some coal hiding down here, but we can definitely go and look. Maybe we just a little yeah. Get a little yeah going on up in here. All right. Now, wouldn't that be convenient if this was some coal over here? That would be slightly convenient. Let's go check it out. Looks like we've been there already because the top of it's already been removed. Hello, little buddy. Come on, Toro. Let's go. Booyah! You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing? Kismet all up in your grill. Copper ore. Not what we're looking for. But a good try anyway. What about way... Oh, look, I got one way off in the distance over there. Already done. That's too funny. Too fun. Maybe that's telling me that's where I want to go. Let's see, over here. Iron ore. Impure. That's a real low in node there. Let's go see what I got over here. See, I already ran around and tapped some of these as well. Here we see a glimpse of the rare midday Kismet in the wild. Yeah, the wild industrious and likes building itself large nests which can store all kinds of things it needs in the future. True. True. And all sorts of things that I'm never going to use as well. This is going to be funny. Hope you're not talking about me. No, I wasn't even thinking about you. So 30 times 30 iron equals 90 per minute. Yes, that's what you need eventually. So 30 in each thing, you need about 90 per minute. If you split it by 3, and there you go. So you want it to be in that higher rate, that 120, but then again, you have all this excess on top of the 90, right? You're going to have all this excess eventually going, and you'll get to it down the road. You'll get to all of that. We'll get into that other map. There's more iron over there, which we don't really need right this second. Let's see if we can find some coal nodes out here. Now, again, try not to backseat game, everybody. Try not to backseat game if you can resist. We'll get to it. We'll learn it. We'll make mistakes along the way and learn from those mistakes and have a fun journey along the way. Gonna be fun. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, battle time. Well, while I'm running around looking for a node, let's get this battle going on. Man, I was snoozing on that. I was totally in the building zone. In the building zone. Oh, that was quick. That was a quick battle. All right. Open Captain's Chest. Give you guys some extra love. Let's see. Eddie, Riverdog, Amethyst, all getting some love there. Most kills, Twisted Cyber Chick, and most assists as well. Wow. Nice job. Coming in MVP. Moose coming in number 2. Oh, no, not another one. Coming in number 3. Riverdog, Diablo, all rounding out that top 5. Looking sexy. Oh, one step closer to that boss chest. Let's do it. Mystery one. Oh, easy peasy. We got this. I'm even going to just bring my paladin in. There we go. Let's chop some peeps up. Let's do it. All right. Let's go look for some more nodes. Build my little vehicle, me tooling around. Now, I actually have excess copper over there, but, you know, I feel like just running around for a minute. It's over there making me a bunch of stuff anywhere. More iron. Wow. Wow, wow. We got tons and tons of iron, that's for sure. Just trying to see if there's anything more convenient to build on this side. Closer to that. And we'll give it a little look-see here. Now, I usually leave the things on top of there if I haven't tapped into it yet. This is copper here. I can see it just by the look of it. Just by the style of it there. All right. No coal there. It'd be nice if there were one right here by the water where we could then tap it in for our power eventually. That looks like copper as well. Now, we could just search for it because that would be fun. But let's just wander around a little bit first. Just kind of look around the area just for funsies. This is for cement. This is limestone. Let's see. Something up here. Sometimes I just like to wander around. And just look around, right? Can't get up there. My booty is too big. What's up, Snuffleupagus? Whoa! Gonna die. Go ahead, be a little suckers. I was riding my lap. Oh, with a killer punch! Somebody clip that. That was good. I'm always riding like death all the time, even though I could run around and work on my health and all of that. I'm always riding death. That's what's over here. A little power slug. Come here, little buddy. Let's go for a little walk. All right, what do we got here? Just a big old rock. Actually, nothing up here. That's just a big old rock. Look at this. We're going to get all that water. We're going to maximize that water for sure. All right, well, that was fun. A little excitement. There. Okay, now we're gonna get this going on. Let's see. I gotta remember what key it is. Nope. That's what happens when I don't play for a week. Forget all the keys. V. There it is. Let's see. Coal. See, now it's way easier just to scan for it. Uh-oh. Didn't go off yet, which means it ain't anywhere close to where I'm at. Yep. It's way on the other side. Uh-oh. Hey-oh. I would come over there and kill you, but I got better things to do. Don't shoot me. Get away from me, bro. Yeah, worth a shot. Yeah, too steep on that edge. I feel like if I was up there, I could get the better edge. Too steep. I don't like leaving excess. I see you over there. I think I don't see you, bro. All right, let's head back. Nothing sexy on this side. We're going to have to run that coal from the far side. Okay, look at this. See, it just makes me want to explore all this. Go up there, go over there, go up on the top of that mountain, go up on the top of the waterfall. All of that as well. Very, very fun. Now remember, this isn't my first time playing Satisfactory. I have built massive factories before, complexly, with a whole lot of splitting and whatnot as well. It's not my first time playing, though I haven't played in a while. But I do know how to play, so you don't have to come in and tell me Kismet this, Kismet that, and do a whole bunch of backseat gaming. I do have that a lot in this game. I probably have it the most in Satisfactory, by the way. A little tidbit of knowledge. I probably have the most people coming in and say, Kismet, go do this, or Kismet, this is how you do this, or this is how you do that, the most in Satisfactory. I do appreciate it. I know you just guys try to be nice and say, Kismet here, just do it like this, or do it like that. I do like to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. And then, of course, everybody shares in that and learns from that also in the stream as I make mistakes. Sometimes I make them on purpose. I'll let you know. And sometimes I don't make them on purpose. And I'll also let you know that, too, because I just tell it to you straight. I don't BS. I just tell it like it is. All right, let's go. Bam, bam, right in there. Let's get the rest of that in. Do you have any YouTube videos? Oh, I got thousands of them in there. About to hit, I think, 2,000? 2,000 videos of a whole bunch of stuff. You're welcome to check it out on my YouTube channel. Now, if you're asking specifically, do I have YouTube videos of Satisfactory? I do have some previous streams and all that stuff that I've done before. But I don't really play Satisfactory like a full game, right? I played this very much like I used to play No Man's Sky, where I come in and I check in on it. I see how it's doing. I see how it's developing. But I don't seriously do a playthrough of it. I will get to the max tier and we'll kind of tinker around with stuff and that kind of stuff. But I don't sit here and build a factory for 40 hours in a day or build 950-hour factories and things like that because I don't feel like it's worth my time yet. It's not a, hey, this game is ready to rock, Kismet. It's a released game. It's got tons of features. I mean, there's still a lot of stuff you could do even at the state it's in right now. But I don't play this game as my primary game. This is like ooh, this game is awesome. Let's go check it out, see what's new. Okay, we checked out everything that's new. Okay, we're going to come back and we're going to check in on it later in its development. Whenever anything's in early access, that's typically how I approach those games. So I don't have any gigantic mega factory that I've spent 500, 900 hours on. I just don't have that time. I don't have that amount of time to sit here and build a gigantic 900-hour factory. Though I will at some point. You know I will. You know I will. At some point when we get through all these other games, we try to catch up on as well. Speaking of No Man's Sky, we're playing that, as well as some Subnautica Below Zero. I definitely feel like we're going to give this a full playthrough when it is at this point where it does release, and it's got all the extra features, though I feel like it's getting pretty close. I feel like they're getting pretty close to release on this game. We'll see how it goes. They are adding a lot of amazing things. This is, even in the state it is right now, if you love building, this is a definite buy for sure. Because you get all these updates and all this stuff they're doing for free. It's not like you're buying additional DLC or subscribing or any of that stuff. You bought the game, you get all of this updates that they put in there, much like No Man's Sky. You get all of those updates for free. No subscription, no DLC to buy, no none of that, you know, microtransactions, ridiculous stuff. You bought it, you got it. You get all the updates. Sweet. All right, what are we doing? We're over here trying to focus on what I'm doing. Getting some concrete over here, which is also stopped again. And what you do is you get distracted, right? You get distracted. You get onto one thing, and you get onto another thing, and another thing, and so on. And so on. I get distracted. All right. And then we got our steel pipes running over here. Or at least we got it started. We're making steel right now. Got to get back to our steel pipes. Oh, we're going to run our coal. That's what we're doing. That's what we're going to try to grab some of this extra coal from over here. And spaghetti western it all the way across the top. I feel like we'll bring it up around the front here. And again, this whole... See, I already know when I start playing this game that I know at some point I'm going to be tearing the entire thing down. So I don't worry about it in the beginning. I mean, there's going to be so much opportunity for me to revamp this entire thing. And as I get further and further along, I will definitely do that. And this one looks like it's nice, consistently pumping. Where this one has come to a complete stop over here. So I feel like what I'm going to do is eventually tap out one of these side ones here and split this. So what we can do is actually split it right here. So we're not going to use that much of it. Where's my splitter? There we go. We're not going to use that much of it, so maybe we can kind of squeeze in there. Always misclick that button. Just try to squeeze one in here. All right, dash. Maybe. Yeah, I feel like it's too close. And we'll tap off of this one. So it's not snapping to it. And when it's not snapping to it, there we go. So now it's snapping. Get up here. Yeah, right there. Now, there's a lot of fun things you can do with this. Vertically. Get up here. Run it like this. Run it way up. I mean, it's just so fun. It's so fun to do this kind of stuff. Now, watch out it doesn't go through this, because it's not going to work there. And if you try to put it up above there, it's encroaching on the clearance of other stuff. So we're just going to put this one up really, really high here. Just run across the top. Oh, right there. So I'm just clicking, and then you click once, and then you click again. So we'll get it around our thing here. You click once, and then you go up as high as you want to go, and then you click again. Very, very fun. And we'll do what we're doing in No Man's Sky right now. We'll eventually do what I consider a full playthrough, where we do storyline, we do all that stuff eventually here in the game. But very, very fun game again. I highly recommend it. And again, we're just kind of, you know, just running it all the way back. Tapping into what we can. I do not like stuff to glitch through other stuff. Some people are cool with that. I am not cool with glitching. Not cool. Oh, actually, we should start bringing this down. Speaking of that. We should start bringing this down a little bit so it's not such a harsh drop when it gets over here. So we'll bring it down a little bit there. And then we'll bring it around like that. There we go. See, and it has enough clearance. And so on. And there we go. And we can see that it's actually running across here. And eventually it's all going to catch up. Now, I could make this go even faster. You know how? I could build a one of these and just put the stuff in there. Because there's a ton of it over there. I could just grab it and bring it over here and put it in there. Or directly put it right into the thing if I so chose, right? I don't even know if I have any... I don't even have any on me. I could just put the coal in there and it will start up. Or I could just make, like I did before, just make a bunch of these foundries and just manually put all the excess in there just to get them started while you're waiting for all of your stuff to catch up. And right now it's going pretty slow. It's going at 60. But once it fires up, it'll be fired up. And then it will be making us tons and tons of steel ignits. And then we still have to go to the next thing. The output of the steel ignits here is going to be 45 per minute, which starts to make your math This is when your math starts getting a little bit more complex. It's not too hard. You got a spreadsheet. You can go in there and cut it up in thirds and that kind of stuff. I watch the stream from time to time, especially on Astro. Oh, well, there you go. Astroneer, a really fantastic game. Another fantastic game I highly recommend. By the way, when the second they come out with servers for that, we're going to set up a mega server. So if you guys can't afford a server, or if you just want to play with some other awesome peeps, I will set up a mega server. You guys can go in there and do mega builds and do all sorts of fun stuff with that. Oh, there it goes. It's firing up. Now we're going to look at the coal here and see if it's going up or if it's going down. Is it diminishing or gaining every cycle? Now again, we could pre-do all the math for this, or you could just run it, set it, and forget it, which is what I'm doing right now. This is very non-efficient, right? I'm not in there splitting it into 45s. I'm not splitting it into sub stuff of that, like taking 90s and splitting it or whatever. But see, this is not going to come out at 90, right? Well, actually, it could if you did a booster, but I feel like it's always better to get another thing than it is to do the boosters in the very beginning, because it uses a lot more power. And then you spend a lot more time making power and doing power when you can just get another node. And you can see we got plenty of nodes out there and run the node. That's just me. But when we put the next level in, it's going to go to 120. So then we're going to need to, you know, that's what I'm talking about 120. Not necessarily that it needs 120 to be 45 each, but it's 120 which is going to be coming out of this node when we upgrade it to the next level, which is what we're trying to do right now. So we want to fire this up. We want it to go ahead and start pumping out that steel nodes. And then while it's pumping out that, we're then going to go into our next production. And again, when you first start playing the game, don't worry about all the making it look nice and having the math perfect and all that stuff. I strongly recommend you have fun first and don't suck the fun out of it. And then, you know, start working on that math to make it more and more efficient. See, look at how it's offset. Offset on that side. I could have put it over there, but whatever. All right, it's coming through there. And now we're going to do steel pipes because we're going to get our steel engines. Now, it takes it in at 30, and it's going to produce 20. So we're going to go ahead and let that run and see how that goes. Again, give yourself the freedom to make mistakes, the freedom to fail, and you won't go wrong. And see, look at this. It goes up here. You can see that's gaining already because it's already a higher number than 3. And it hasn't diminished down to 3 in that time that we're running it. Also, by the way, while we were busy doing all that other stuff, boom, we collected tons and tons of extra iron ore. And it might even get to the point where this collects so much that we're going to have a bit of an overflow of that coal. So what we can do in the middle here is we could go ahead and say, you know what, we changed our mind. We don't want it to just run straight in there. Let's just go ahead and create a backlog. So when this gets too much, we could go ahead and micromanage that right down in there. Oh, too steep. Too steep. Let's try that again. I find it's kind of funny because you could run that down and then it's fine sometimes, but if you do it right into there, it's not fine. Well, whatever. Put that like that. Put that like that first. Then we'll put our storage down. There we go. Oh. Offset. Try it again. Again, you make a mistake, just take it out. Doesn't cost you any resources at all. There we go. Looking sexy. And then back over here. Take this out. Oh, no clipping. Feel like that's clipping. No clipping. That doesn't really matter. Oh, I've been playing for 2 hours. Well, duh. It doesn't really matter if it's clipping. No, rotate. There we go. It doesn't really matter if it's clipping production-wise, but it matters to me. I don't like stuff to be clipping through other stuff. Oh, a big thing. So yeah, I usually put all my streams up there. Right now I'm having a problem with YouTube sucking. They screwed up a whole bunch of things that I do. I usually put the previous video on all my videos. So if you're watching a video and you're like, oh man, what did Kismet do right before this? Let me click on the previous video and go see what he did. Right? Well, they screwed that all up. So that doesn't work anymore. Unless I want to do it one video at a time and then release that video and then come back later and then relink that video to my next video and so on. I ain't doing that. It already takes me so much effort and time and hundreds of hours to upload every single stream. Literally thousands of gigabytes, terabytes worth of stuff up there. I'm the only one who does that. I don't know of anybody else who uploads every single stream. The full stream, by the way, not just clips and highlights and whatnot, but the full deal up there. So it's pretty hardcore, if you know what I mean. Plus, I do highlights, and I highlight things like mega builds and things that I do as well. Kismet, you just got a new subscriber on YouTube. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that love. Appreciate it. Show them some love in the chat, everybody. Let's see some love in there for someone else showing me some love. Appreciate it. Okay. And now we got this going here. There we go. We got 66 of them in there already. And again, what's the output of this? It is going at 20. So we're going to go ahead and take it out of here. And again, we're going to do a little under-over. Just for funsies. Yeah, this is what's called spaghetti. This triggers. This will trigger some people in this game. They'll get super triggered. They're like, kill it! No! Run it with the thing and do it like the thing and do the thing. You want to trigger people, this is what you do. But again, see, I don't spend endless hours on stuff that I know I'm just going to erase and just redo. I just do. All I want to do is make that come back over here so I don't have to run back over there and grab it. So that's going to build up over there. Meanwhile, while we were doing all of that, all the rest of our production was running because now it's perpetually running. I could literally just go for lunch and come back and there's going to be a bunch of everything in there. Because now it's perpetual. The power just constantly runs. So that means that your factory constantly runs. And it's going to run to a point, very much like other games, where it's going to run to a point where all of your stuff is full. And then even if I let this go, this would be hours and hours though. Even if I let this go, eventually it's going to run to a point where it's full and then it's going to stop. And that's it. Much like a lot of other games where you're producing stuff, it'll fill that container and then boom, it stops. So we want to keep it rolling here. So we'll go ahead and take a bunch of this. Ooh, man, we're doing a good hit on that one. Need 200 of these. We already got 60 of those going. Now, the great time when you're waiting for stuff is to go do something else, right? So when this is pumping through here like crazy, I bet they're just pumping down the line now. Look at this. Ooh, mama. Come to papa. We're going to let that pump over here to our base. That's why I pump all the resource over here. So I can literally just go around, grab whatever I need and whatnot. All right. So we got that going. We tap that node. We're going to let it do steel. It's not being super efficient, but it's doing that. When we get into tier 2, we'll make even more of those, and so on. But right now, we want to go over here, because I saw I had a couple nodes ready to go. Let's build out a little bit more here. So you should always keep lots of concrete on you. Do a little building. A little misclicking as well. Love how sometimes it lags for just a second while you're building, so it feels like you're going to fall. Alright, now it'd be nice if it told you what it did up here, or what it was all about. But usually I like to be close enough to where I can do that, where I can configure and look at it. Alright, another one coming out at 60. And again, we could make another steel one like we did over there and all of that. But what we're going to do is we're going to work a bit more on our things here, because it's going pretty slow. But of course, this is going to double up here. This is going to double up once we get to our next, what we're working on now. We're going to upgrade all of our miners, so it's going to be draining a lot more. So right here, this is doing reinforced iron plate. I like that. Reinforced iron plate is good. And then this other one, where'd our other one go? It's over here somewhere. Looks like right here. Right here, feeding into this one, bam, is producing our rotors right now. And again, I'll make this all efficient. We'll run through the numbers and all of that on how to, bring it all in at the right speed and maximize your production. But again, we're just working on it. Now, right now, you can see that the screws are going a little slow here, which is slowing down my rotors. Now, a way to fix that, of course, is to look at where the screws are going or how the screws are being produced over here and say, hey, why is this going so slow? Well, this is actually doing 40 per minute, but this requires, over here, 100 per minute. So it needs a lot more screws, and then the actual thing will go faster if the screws are there at 4 per minute, right? So it has to have more screws. Screws are easy. You just need iron rods. And I feel like we're going to build... We already have a backlog of rods. See how my rods are just completely stopped? That means we have a backlog of them coming out of here. And that's why we're kind of keeping a backlog on purpose so we can grab some. But we can kind of tap into that backlog and produce maybe some more screws over here. So let's go ahead and see if we can tap into that backlog, up the production here. And again, we can go back, we can do all the numbers and all of that, but we can always just come back and fix her up. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and split this. We have a massive backlog of this going on. And I kind of feel like going up. There we go, go up. And then in. Run another power line. Again, I like to make it work first and then make it beautiful later. Alright, and then we'll tell this to be screws. Well, we'll try to anyway. Screws, that's going to be coming out at 40. This is going to be coming out at 40. Going into here, should be coming in there at 100. So that's 80, so at least that's going to be faster. But really, we need 3 of them, plus we'd have extra left over, right? So if we're producing them at 40, 40, and 40, that would be 120 when we only need 100, so we'd have 20 extra going. But at least that's better than nothing, right? Better than nothing. So now the problem is, though, that if you're going to run it at 100, you need to merge it and then do it at 100. And you only really need a short one that does 100 because that takes different types of resource. So if we went in, say, and put in a splitter, and here's the cool thing about this, is you can split it really anywhere you want. You just kind of aim toward the conveyor line, right, where the thing is. You go ahead and split it right there. Then we're going to combine these two back together, if we can. Oh, I put that the wrong way. Is that a splitter? Yep. Not a splitter. Don't need a splitter. Hold on. We need a merger. Let's try that again. Not the mama. All right, there we go. Merger. Then we'll take this out right here, and then we'll add our faster conveyor belt. And that will now be going at 120. Did it go faster? So I don't need these to be 120. These are coming out 60. It doesn't matter. This is not producing it faster than 60. So there's no reason for me to run 120s unless you feel like it. It's your game. You do whatever you want. There's no reason for me to run that at the higher level yet. And it uses less resources, uses lower end resources as opposed to using the high end resources, and so on. All right, so that's pumping out of there like nobody's business. But I feel like maybe we could even tap some more. Let's go. Let's see. This is coming in at 10 per minute. And we could probably tap out some more here. What do we feel like tapping here? Yeah, let's see if this is diminishing now. Yeah, it's diminishing. See, it's going down. That means that I'm using more of this box than it's being produced, right? And that's okay. We want to burn that up. It ain't doing us no good in that box. All right, let's go ahead and do another one here. And again, I will come back and erase all this and redo it all and all that. We'll get it going on. Okay, I kind of feel like we could go ahead and take this one out now. And kind of do this a little bit nicer. Over here. All right, let's do this a little bit nicer now that we have 3 of them. 3 of them is nice because you can just say splitter, put your splitter right in the middle one, like that, and then run it here, run it there. By the way, it doesn't matter how you run. Once you have the splitter in, it already has a direction, so it doesn't matter whether you run it forward or backwards. So it matters if you run your thing forward or backwards, though. That's backwards. I can tell by when I'm trying to put the thing in there, it says, oh, you can't put it in there because it rotated it around the other way. There we go. Oh, no, wait, no, I just did it. I did it the wrong way again. Come on now, let's do this. Work with me here. No, I had it right way. I think I have the output the wrong way. I have the thing the wrong way. Hold on. Or the input the wrong way. Take it all out again. I'm going too fast. I gotta slow down a little bit. Slow down. Watch what I'm doing. Alright. Input there. I was watching where the little thing was over here, but I wasn't watching where my input was. Again, it's okay to make mistakes, everybody. You're going to make plenty of them in life. Don't let nobody come in and tell you how you're making mistakes and stuff. Me, I don't care. I don't care. I like to try stuff out. Bam. Alright, let's try that again. This time, much better. Much more better. So you have all the outputs very nicely there. And then we can go ahead and just make this look a little nicer. Up a little bit maybe so we can run by there. And bring it right down into there. And there we go. And now it's just going to split that one run into 3 different ones. And we'd be good. Now another thing we can do is we can prime it a little bit. Because we got tons and tons of this. Because it will diminish over time. And actually get to a point where it's no longer running. Oh, that's not what I want. Screws. There we go. It will diminish over time, but we can literally just pump it right in there. Just to get it started, right? Instead of waiting for your conveyor, just pump it in there. Bada bing, bada boom. It's off and running. Now, we got another problem over here, right? We got another problem. Uh-oh, how are we going to merge all this together? Well, same thing on this side. We're going to take this out. Take this out. Take this out. Take that out. And I feel like we want to move these power poles, too. These are in the way. And take this out. Clean this up a little bit. And this is what you do later on, is you really kind of clean it up. You make it look nice. Noisy noise. Like that. Merge all that together, and then we're going to use our 120. Oh, I don't have any plates on me. I knew that was going to happen. Take those out. Let's see, our plates were being manufactured in this direction. Not these plates, but these plates. I see you. Come to daddy. Beep. 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 Oh, time for a battle. And that's why you don't want to do too much of this 120 stuff early on if you don't have a lot of that stuff going on. All right, we got this running here. We got to go in this way. It's splitting here. And up and over. And it's going here. And we want to go ahead and run it 120 right out of here. And into there. Very nice. Now it's going to go nice and fast. Boom! Pumping out the goodness. Okay. Now we're going to need to rerun our power. We're going to get that battle here. Just a second, everybody. Don't worry. We'll get that battle. Where was my main power? Right here. Here it is. All right. We'll rerun our power over here because our power was ugged to the lee. All right. One there. And, well, you know what? We'll put another one over here. Run that over there. That one there. Actually, no. We'll take this one out. Run this one. To that first one. Run this one. The second one. And you know what? I'll make some more power back here just in case I need it later. And right there. Okay, we got all 3 of those back up and running. We've got our machine back up and running. We've got screws coming out of there like nobody's business. Now this is coming in 60, 60, and 60. Right? So that's pretty fast. That's 180 that it's going in there. And then it's going to come out at 120, but it only needs to be at 100 to keep this non-stop running. Now, if we had this non-stop running all the time, we would add a lot more rotors than we've got right now. That's for sure. So we're going to fire that baby up. Now, we can also put in here, we can overclock it and make it go faster, but it uses more power and whatnot. We got plenty of resources. Plenty of resources to not have to do that yet. All right, let's battle. Let's go, baby. I'm slacking on units again. Bad me. Oh, no. Oh, no. Get him. They always end up where I'm at. It's like they're attracted to me or something. I'm like a mob magnet. Take a pow. Knock him out. All right, another win for the crew. Oh, look at these epic scrolls. Nice. Eddie, Amethyst, and Riverdog getting some epic scrolls. Let's see. Sin's coming in MVP on kills. Riverdog coming in on the most assists and overall MVP. Eddie Dean, Sins, Bottom Fish, and Diablo coming in that top 5, looking sexy. Let's go back to the map and go over here to the chest. And I don't need to put any units down for that other than I'm just going to throw that down and get a scroll from my healer. But I'm going to let you guys go ahead and grab all that sweet loot. Bam! Let's keep going. We got 2 more to go. We're going to go for that boss. Then we're going to come back later. We're going to play a whole bunch of 7 Days to Die. I feel like I'm going to have a little more sip, sip. A little sip, sip. Let's do it. Got to nurse that one because my last one for a while, we're going to ease up on the soda. We're going to ease up. I can feel the weight coming back on my face just drinking so much soda. I can feel the pounds coming back. Let's see. Got that going on. Our plates are running over here. This is making screws and that's making plates. All right. I feel like this is definitely not optimized. Also, we'll get into that later when we get into the next tier. All right. So I feel like our rotor production's going a little bit better now. Let's take a little ride. Whee! On our conveyors. Booyah! Up and over. That's what's nice. It's up in the air. You can run under it. Okay. Let's see how much we got of each thing now. Over here. I need 200. I've got 350. See, it makes a lot of these, right? There's certain things that it makes a lot of. Wire, those things. It makes a tremendous amount of those versus everything else that you're making. Like rotors, of course, take forever. It seems like, so you got to really gear up your production, especially later on when you're, you need 1,000 or 1,500 of things. You got to just keep gearing up that production and keep upgrading and upgrading and upgrading. And then that's when you get to a point where maybe you don't have enough of a certain resource and you're just like, screw it, I'll take the power hit and I'll just boost the heck out of it so I don't have to go and run it from a real far node. Though I love doing that. I've done nodes that are 2,000-3,000 away. And run them back to my base, which is really fun, especially using the train. And you get on the train, you're like, and you're zooming over there with the train. That is very, very fun. All right, so that's going to take a little while for our rotors, but our rotors are going to go a little bit faster. So we'll let that run. And again, we'll go over here. We'll tap some more of this resource in the corner. We're in no gigantic hurry. And again, we got to get wiring and this. And this. I just keep trying to remind myself every time I run by there. How's our tickets do it? Got 24 tickets. I feel special. All right, what was this doing out here? Oh, this was doing smart plating. That's right. We diverted that away from that to do to just collect those. All righty, let's go over here, and we'll do a little bit more work over here. Okay, so we got this fired up. We want to go ahead and bring our power from way over there. Whoa, he comes. Look, he knows his way up. I didn't know they did that. Oh, look how much smarter you're getting. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Now get off my thing. Off. Off. You and your dead carcass. Bye-bye. I didn't even know you could do that. I just tried it. That's cool. Yeah, he's a smart little guy, isn't he? Yeah, that's it. Sorry, this area's closed. See, that's the cool... See, I could have just took the thing up when he was trying to run up. But I think it's more funny you could run up here and try to get me. I do not like mobs to sneak up behind me. Alright, here we go. I hear it firing up. It's looking good. So this is producing 60. Now, what if we wanted to do this again over here? So what are we doing over here? Screws and iron plates. I feel like we have so much extra iron plates right now. Let's go back here and see. What is our backlog of iron plates? Whoa. Tons of them. Tons of them. All right, well, then let's just fire up another one right over here. We're going to go ahead and fire up another constructor. Is this constructor? No, this is assembler. What do we need? See, we need plates. We need all the stuff that we're trying to make for some other stuff. Give me these plates. Where's my flashlight? I forgot. Man, you don't play this game for a week and I've already forgotten all the controls. Playing too many games simultaneously. Flashlight B. There we go. This way you guys aren't looking at just absolute darkness. I feel like our flashlight is pretty wimpy. Oh, I guess it's good if you're looking really far away. Doesn't seem good on a conveyor. Alright, I got 5 plates, and I need 8, and I need 4 of our little thingies. Whee! See how it launched me? It's really fun to do that, to have the conveyor just like fire you off into a distance when you have your jetpack. It'll shoot you up in the air. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. Alright, let's get another one fired up here. Got 16 in here, but we're not gonna use those for that. We're gonna use this to fire up another round of rotors. And again, this is gonna be fun when we have our hyper tubes all in place and all of that fun stuff. Let's grab another one of these. That's gonna be 7 now. I love how it tells you how many you got down there. That's super useful. Super useful. More rotors going along. And there's number 8. All right. Let's do this. Okay, another assembler. Just gonna throw it out here in the open. And then we're gonna do a splitter. Let's do it on this side. And then over here, we're going to, again, that's coming out at 60. We want to make some screws for this. We have rotors. Oh, we need iron rods, not plates. This is doing this. Yeah, we need rods, not plates. I kind of feel like maybe we can convert some of this into that. Good question. Good question. Rods and screws. I feel like we already got rods, and we got a little bit of screws. Right now. Am I producing excess screws is the question. I would think so. At this rate, I would think it's producing way more. Yep. It is. Producing way more screws than I need over there. And so, I'll just feed it in here. And then we'll run some power to it. Boom. And it's off and running. That's it. Oh, it's already working, right? So again, you can just make a whole bunch of rotors. Oh yeah, we are going to convert our other rotor thing. I forgot. I just run a whole bunch of stuff. So let's see here. We should make a bunch of screws because we already have a bunch of poles. So we're coming in at 60. Let's get her going. We're going to first need to smelt it down. Oh, first we'll storage it. So we can get it working while we're building. Yeah. Close enough. Alright. And we didn't pick up any more concrete. Should pick some of that up while we're over there. Alright, that's going to start flowing that into there. And then we will use our smelters. I'm going to speed up. I hope you guys don't mind. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. I'm going to just start flowing some of this stuff in there. Like so. That's a little too close. Let's take this one. Take a bit of this out. Just because I feel like... Oh, I had a couple of these underneath here. I feel like being lazy and not running all the way back over there. Okay. And let's go ahead and get our smelters in. Actually try to pay attention to what I'm doing for once. Alright, coming out of there, going into here at 30. Into there at 30. Because we're splitting, coming out 60, splitting into 30 and 30. We're going to need that power. Just give it its own nice little power back here. And we'll bring this forward. And we'll take a moment to go get some concrete. That's fun. That's fun to do. Just jumping from conveyor belt to conveyor belt. Alright, let's see. I forgot what I came over. Concrete. In this one. Whew, so much it's stopped. Alright. Oh, I should have did my control. I forgot again. It happens. Woo! Whee! The jetpack's really fun later too. That's really, really fun. Alright, let's build this back out again. I feel like the building is just perfect. Just the way that it feels, like when you're putting this down, and the way you're building it out, it's just so good. I mean, if you're fast at it, you could do this really, really fast, like that. I mean, you could really build quickly, which is nice. Okay, we're firing those up. Did we tell this one what to be? Yes. Okay. What are we doing? We're doing screws. I'm gonna make a ton of extra screws over here. So we got that going. Constructor. What are we missing? More plates. Let's snatch up some of these plates. No extras. Bam. Oh, come here, you. Now, when you're doing this, by the way, you're stealing these plates from other parts of your production. Probably not the best idea, but such is the way it goes. One of the things that when you get into this level of the game, I find you have to tier up. You have to tier up a lot on these plates and a lot on the rotors. Because that can be pretty rough. Pretty rough. It takes a while for that to get fired up. But look at this. See, this is still doing its thing, and now it's out of screws, so it's just going to sit there and go duh. But we'll give some more of this. So we're going to feed a ton of screws in there here in a moment. We're going to need a constructor first. So let's see. What is the input of our constructor? We're doing rods. 15. Okay, so we can do 2 constructors for that. So let's go ahead and do our splitter right here. And it's all about the math eventually. All about the math. All right, those are cranking in there, looking sexy. I kind of feel like we'll take this out. Why did I put that way over there? Would look much nicer right here. Let's take that out. All right, we'll work on a little bit of looking nicer. How about that? Want our power lines all right in a row. Oh, well, at least we'll try. Love how right when I click, my mouse moved. Such as happens. Such as happens. Again, all this extra stuff we're building because we have all that extra power over there. We can build all this stuff. All right, let's see. We have those going into there, that going into there. We have this splitting here. This one we could move out here a bit. Actually, this is going to be... let's just put it over here. Put it over here on this other side. We'll line it up somewhat nicely. What we're going to do is we're going to build backwards. Show you how to build backwards, where you start, you actually start at the end thing. In this case, it's going to make screws or plates, whatever I wanted to do. You can actually just start backwards. So you, well, unless you're out of cables. That is the one thing I'm always stunned I'm out of, because I usually have so much extra of that. Alright, let's go find out where we're making our cables. Whee! I just like to run. See, I just get lost in running around my little factory. I lose what I'm doing, too. I'm like, what was I doing? I don't even remember. But yeah, look at this right here. Wires are being pumped out of here like crazy. Mirror wires. I actually feel like my wires are getting pumped into the thing there. Let's go ahead and cut this off temporarily. And so it'll just go into this box. Like that. I feel like we have more over here, but we'll go grab some. Oh, look, this is stopped. I don't ever like it to stop for any reason. Alright, my wire is, I think, this one in the upper right corner. Yep, got plenty. Plenty up there. Sort. I feel like I got too many bars on me here. Let's put a few of these bars back here for later when we need those. Sort that a bit. Look at all this extra stuff I have on me. We're going to need some wire. Let's grab a bunch of that. Head our way back. Getting a little boost there. Get it going on. What's up, Mr. Makala? Good evening, boy. Have been having a blast with Fallout 76. Can't wait to join you when Wasteland comes out. Yeah, get into it. I'm going to start over from fresh. I'm going to start over from scratch when we get into that. All right, let's make some screws here. And we'll make some screws here. Very nice. We'll have that fire up. Oh, wait, no, we're not screws yet. That's right. Hold on. We haven't done our rods yet. Yeah, we got to do our rods first. Rods. Click the rods button. There we go. Got to do our rods first, everybody. Can't just jump ahead. I keep jumping ahead today. I don't know what the heck. Trying to do my rods. There we go. All right, rods there. And then, again, we'll work backwards here. So now that we have the ability to work backwards, because we actually have the stuff. So we put that in the middle. Split that nicely that way. Split that nicely that way. And again, see, we got that forge running those two, right? Because this is coming in at 30, and then it's coming out at 30, then splitting to 15 and 15. And 15 is what the input is here, and then it's going to go out at 15 rods. And then over here, we can do the same thing, right? We just double up on what we're doing, or we could do something completely different if we so chose. But we're just going to do the same thing here. We're going to go ahead and grab our smelter, but we're going to turn it this way. Turn it that way like that. And we're going to run that there. It's going to go 30 into there, 30 into there, and then it's going to split. We'll take this power. I'm going to say run it. Say right there. Close enough. Start those going. Again, tell these to be rods. And rods. Okay, we got that all going. We told this to be iron ignits. And that's going to come out of there. And that's going to go into there. And I actually got a bunch on me, so I could just start it up if I wanted to. Like that. Good to go. I think that's good to go there, too. And so that's going to fire up. It's going to take a little bit of power, though. Be good if we ran it some power. That might help. Bam. There we go. All right. Everything running nicely. Okay. So now we've got all these bars coming out of here. They're going to be coming out 15 and 15 on both of these. Now, I like to be efficient in the fact of how much stuff that I'm running, how many conveyors I'm using and whatnot. Oh, wrong thing. So we're going to merge this back together again. So we're going to go ahead and just put it a little bit forward here. We're going to put our merge forward. Now again, we're working very horizontally. Eventually we'll work in a vertical way. But very horizontally, we're just going to go ahead and then re-merge these two things back together. And, you know, I'll bring this up a little bit here. I'm going to make this one a little awkward, but oh well. And let's see if we get that in there. Nice. Okay. So now, again, this is coming out 1550. Now this is 30. And then we're going to merge this together. We're going to need a little bit more space here. We're going to do a little bit more advanced stuff here. And this is the basics of the game, is understanding merging and splitting and how many times you got to split stuff. And I've gotten it down to where it was splitting twos. Down to very one at a time, and then you can split and resplit and convert and all of that. Very, very fun. By the way, I find aiming at the edge of this one, this is why this game's so great. Aiming at the edge of this one makes the one out there. I love that about this game. I absolutely love it. I wish 7 Days to Die did that. Alright, so that's coming out there. Now again, let's merge it again. Very much nicely right here. So we're going to take those two. We're going to try to line them up visually, right? You can go right here and just try to slide this across here. And you can make it like nice in the middle and, you know, do all that fun stuff. But now we're going to bring it out 30 and 30. And now it's going to be going at the maximum speed of the conveyor, which is 60. And, of course, we're going to go ahead and do something smart right here. We're going to go ahead and throw a storage container in here while we're working on other stuff. It's going to start backlogging those right into there. Very nice. Okay, now what we want to do is go ahead and start making our screws now. From those, we want to make a whole lot of them. So we're going to go ahead and get our constructor going, but yet again, out of plates. So we got to go hunt down some plates. Bam. Now, the nice thing about the constructors is they don't take many of these plates. Waiting like a hawk. They don't take many of these plates, only take a couple of these. So this part is fairly easy. I feel like it's just absolutely perfect. A lot of games get that wrong. That kind of the feel of when you're building. How easy it is to put down stuff like this. I still feel it, you know, it still needs a little bit of work because sometimes the pieces are turned the wrong way and it doesn't really figure out what you're doing and whatnot. That needs a bit of work, but overall, very, very nice. Okay, there we go. So, more stuff over here. Now I'm just going to put one down. We're going to take a look at how quick we need to put it in to how many iron rods do we need to make screws. Now remember, this is coming through at 60 now. So 60 iron rods going in here. Right? 60 iron rods going in there. So 10 iron rods equals 40 screws. So if you think about it, that's 6 times 40 is going to be cranking out if we put 6 of these across. Which we don't want to do because that'd be way too many screws. But we're going to go ahead and try to match, or at least even exceed, the amount of screws that we actually need for our other rotor thing here. And again, I feel like sometimes the math does not work out as easy in the early game, right? Especially when you're bringing it in at you're bringing it in from a lower end node, like an impure node and whatnot. Later on, that math will work out a bit better and go a bit faster and less runs you need to do and less mining places you need and so on. But we're going to go ahead and do 3 of those because it's just really easy to go in and split those. So we're going to go ahead and split it. Now again, it's going to come out of here as fast as I want it to come out of here. So I got to actually run it out of here at 120 if I wanted to. It's not going to do me any good, but I could. Oh, that's not lined up. Not lined up. All right, hold on. We got to fix that. That is very not lined up. Take that out. And rebuild it again. Again, you get all your resources back. So if you do make a mistake, if you don't like the way it's sitting, if you don't like the way it's lined up, take it right back out again. Line it all back up again. Now, normally I play at a much faster speed. When I'm playing and I'm not on stream, I'm at this kind of speed. This is all you're going to see. This is what you're going to see in my normal speed. So I typically slow down. on the stream. Because I hate watching other streamers that are just literally you can't even see what they're doing. I like to see what people are doing and learn new stuff and that kind of stuff. When I'm watching a streamer, if a streamer does something, you know, if I'm watching, and so the funny thing is, sometimes it's games I don't even play. I love seeing what they've done. I go, ooh, what was that there? What did you do there? Right? Like, say I'm playing like Fallout 76, and someone says, hey, look, boom, I found out this particular thing in this spot right here. Right? I'm like, oh, where was that spot at? Right? I've already played the game 5 million times. Or like good example like Fallout 4 or Fallout New Vegas, right? And you've played it for thousands of hours. And then you're like, you know, chilling out in someone's stream. All of a sudden you go, whoa, how'd you do that? Well, they're like, hey, go Google it. All right, that's not cool, bro. That's not cool, man. Don't be doing that. Don't be being not cool. All right, there's one. There's two. Then we'll run another power line because we're definitely going to need power later on. And bam. There we go. Fire that up. All right, so together that's going to be 40, 40, and 40. If you haven't already figured it out, that equals 120 all together. And so we're going to run it. Now, it's cheaper for me to run the 61s than it is for me to run the 120s. So over here, our little thing's been cranking away, at least a little bit, on iron rods here. So what we need to do is we need to get some of these to be iron rods, and some of these to be the actual screws, right? So here, this is more than enough, right? This is coming out at 60. It's coming in at 60, but we only need 10 per. So 10, 20, 30. So we only need 30 of this actually going into this. So back here or somewhere up here, we could split it again to keep it from doing that. Or since this is coming 30 from this direction, right? 30 from over here, and 30 from over here, we can just say, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. Just take this out and run this 30 into here. That's going to run into this and then run that entire thing because that only needs 30. It doesn't need more than that. It's going to work perfectly efficiently that way. And we could take the other 30 here and we could run that back where we wanted it to go. This way. We'll raise it up a little bit because I hate it when it clips through stuff. And again, we'll raise it up. And then we'll bring it around to that far side. I kind of feel like, nah, I don't like that either. Hold on. Let's go here. We'll go up one. Maybe a little too far there. A little too far, maybe. But we'll do that. There we go. And there we go. So now we actually have the excess bars are going to actually run into the thing that needs bars. So we'll have it run into there. And then also, once all the screws happen over here, we're going to go ahead and run those. Now, what I suggest to do, again, this will be coming out at 15... oh, that's in the wrong thing. What are you doing? What are you doing there? What is this making? Screws. I got that one on screws. I had it on the wrong thing. Screws. Okay. So that's going to come through, make 3 rounds of screws. There's going to be 120 worth of screws. Now, I would run this, which is going to be, again, coming out. This is going to be coming out at 40, right? So 40 here, and 40 and 40. Now, one of the things also, oh, let me take this back out. One of the things also, that's the cheap thing to do early on if you don't want to go and, you know, farm a whole bunch of the high-end resources, is just to use your stacker. Now, your stacker, everybody who looks at your thing is going to see if you're using stackers. Right? And I feel like this is kind of, you know, later game or mid-game. You want to learn about your stackers because it's nice and easy. You can walk under it. And you can run that stack all the way back here. Now, I could run it as 120. I could go and use my plates and all of that. But I feel like it's really unnecessary early on to just grind all of that resources. I'm going to tear all this down. This is all going to go eventually. It's all going to go. Now, the cool thing is you can go really far like this. I can stand way over here and work both of these simultaneously. And bring it way over here. Oh, can't afford. Wow, I'm out of plates. Now, that's a miracle. Where are those plates going? Right here. That is, I am definitely not out of plates. That is a misnomer. I just don't have enough plates on me. That's what we need. Boom. And there we go. So there's 120 worth of screws coming in, right? And then, of course, we want to re-merge these all together down here. And so we can just run them in all together. So we'll put a merger down here. And let's say something like this. Make sure to give ourselves enough room on the sides. And then here, maybe here. Now, here's the problem with dropping down like this, is that it may be too steep, but that looks good on that one. And then this one right here, too steep to go on the top. So you're like, okay, hold on. Let's take this one out, and let's run this top one into the middle one, or in the side one. Uh-oh, we're having some problems, right? And this is what you'll have. You'll have this kind of steep problem where you need to kind of step it down a little bit. Even that's too steep. Step it down or give it room, right? By give it room, I mean run it this way and then run it back like that. And of course, you can come back later and make it all beautiful and efficient and running at perfect levels so it's not running all over the place. You get the general idea. Okay, so there we go. All of our stuff. By the way, even if your power's off, this stuff still runs, your conveyor. Now, that's all combined together, which is coming in at 120. And then we can go in and then use our stuff here if we had enough plates. See, we're out of plates again. And let's look how many plates we need. Let's see. We're going to... Oh, wrong one. We're going to go see how many we need by clicking this. And just trying to get an idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. And again, we have tons and tons of plates over here. See, I'm tempted to upgrade some of these just so I can go faster. What's up, H2O? Hello, Dragon Overlord. What's up? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I got real focused there, man. Too much fun. Too much fun. Okay, let's check in on our thing. Oh, look at that. 100 of them are ready while we were busy doing something else. How nice is that? How nice is that? All right, let's just pump them right in there. And yay! All right.
Milestone reached. Improved miner included to double extraction rates and improve efficiency of new pipelines. A collection of new, more complex parts is now available for crafting. An additional project part can now be constructed. Further progress to the next phase is now possible.
Awesome. And this is in which I'm going to tear this entire thing down. I'm going to take all of this out. For all of you who have been triggered by the fact I got spaghetti running all over, don't worry. We're going to make it nicer the next time. We're going to get her going on. All right. So, but first we'll get this going. We got that going. We got our screws running back here. We were going to get some plates, but I didn't grab them because reasons. We'll just snag some along here. Woo! Take a little roller coaster ride. I even get that one? Nope. Taking a roller coaster ride. This is a fun way to get them. Just ride along the conveyor and grab them. Run against the grain. There's probably so many of these over there, too. There's like stacks and stacks of them over there. And I'm just being lazy. Don't want to run all the way back, even though I was literally right there. Just sitting right there. All right here. Now, again, we only need a short distance. We could even probably put this closer. But, again, use your resources wisely. Like that. And there we go. And we'll even help it a little bit by pumping some screws in there. And off it goes. And now we got two things making rotors. Right there. Very nice. Very nice. All right. And the output of this is going to be 4 per minute. So we're going to grab that, and we are going to make some spaghetti city. We're going to make some spaghetti with some spaghetti sauce. We're going to get some sauce going on. Kind of make me hungry for spaghetti now. It's just really fun to do this kind of stuff. Do all this kind of above and below and all of that. Let's see. I gotta find out where my other rotors are. I think it's this one. Nope, that's plates. I think they're... Oh, no, they're over this way. They're right here. Okay. Yeah, I'm going the wrong direction. Hold on. You're like, Kismet, why are you running it over here to your other rotors? Well, why not? Why not just have it all on the same conveyor? They're only coming out at 4 per. And we're going to just put a merger on here. We need to take this out. See, if it doesn't quite work, what you do is you take this part out. And then this is one of the times where you can run it backwards. And the reason why is because it's already set. It's already set in the direction in which it's going to flow. So you can go ahead and do that backwards, and then it will still go in that direction. Now we're cranking out those babies. Not that we need them, because we already had it done and already went to the next thing. But we'll need them eventually. So we got all that production running fairly smoothly. Now, is it perfectly efficient? Is all the numbers perfect? No, because I don't care in the early stage. In the early stage, I don't care about getting every single one of the numbers ready and good to go. I'm just producing the basic stuff. And then once we get that basic stuff going, we'll have tons and tons of resources to upgrade. And that's really the ultimate goal of everything you're doing here, by the way, is getting the next upgrade and the next upgrade and the next upgrade. That's what you're trying to do. All right, now I'm getting distracted. Let's do the battle. Let's do the battle here. Bada bing, bada boom. And then we're going to do the boss, and then we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and do some 7 Days to Die. I'm getting hungry. Getting hangry. Ooh, I want to do this one. Ooh, we got to make some industrial beams. These used to take forever also. I'm tempted. I'm tempted. Oof. I want that, though. That I want more. I want this very much more, because I want that conveyor belt 3 and the lift. Ooh, but those hyper tube, though. Those hyper tube, you know, you're looking pretty nice. Now I want this. Let's do this. Bam. What do we got? I'm sure I've got a crazy ton of these sitting over here now. See, look how quickly these fill up, right? And that's the way you need to think about in your production. Is it worth time, you know, making a whole bunch of these when you're literally going to fill those up like that? Lickety split. And now what I should do is actually switch these to steel beams, because I'm making so many of these now that I don't need them. I got plenty, right? So you don't necessarily have to create a whole nother production line. You can just go ahead and switch onto something else. Now we'll go ahead and come back to that in a second. You didn't see that because I was doing the battle. All right, let's see. Aaron coming in, CW, H2O, Forsaken. I just ran over here, was looking at the production screen. You'll see it here in a second. Let's see, who's number 1? Most kills by Diablo. Nankadkits. Nits coming in, getting the most assists. Diablo coming in, overall MVP. Sins, Alias. Nikki, I think that is. Amethyst Laney coming in the top 5. Look at that, H2O getting 50 gold. Nice. Nice! It's boss time! Let's do it, everybody. Well, let's do that boss. Let's do that boss. Let's see. Oh, yeah, right up the middle. Right up the middle. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get the tanky tank. Going to go straight for this level 10 right there. It's going to overwhelm. Boom. All right. I was just looking at this screen right here while I was talking, by the way. So we're going to go ahead and switch this. Right now it's producing, bringing in steel and making pipe. But we're going to go ahead and tell it to bring in steel and make steel beam. Now, it needs to come in at 60, which is different, right? If you looked at the input of this one, which is 30, but this one needs to come in at 60. But this thing over here only outputs at 45. So you can see how your math starts getting like funky chicken, right? Where, wait a minute, it's coming in at 60, it's going out at 45, and if I split 45, and then I have to split 45 a bunch of times to make it eventually become 60 for this one, you get the general idea. Now what we can do now is we can actually go through and upgrade this. This is a 60 node right now. We can actually upgrade this and it would be doing it at 120. So everything that we do now is going to be at double the capacity of what we had set up before. But if we do double the capacity, guess what we're going to need? Double the power. So upgrading all of this and tearing all this down and upgrading it to double capacity means nothing if you don't first have that power in place. Though you can do the power second, but it's going to be a lot more painful doing it that way. That is for sure. So we need at least, if we're going to double everything, we're going to need double our power. And let's see how our power is doing over here. Speaking of power, let's run to the far one here, which is the furthest one away from the resources, and see how it's doing. Still running fantastically. And I already have actually pretty much almost double the power. And some of our first nodes were way out here. This iron node out there. And we got an iron, our copper node right there. Well, let's run over here. And let's see. That's a copper. Maybe the copper, is that an iron? Looks like copper. Yes, iron. Oh, this is a 120. This is coming out at 120 by default. So if we go down and we look at what kind of node this is a pure node. This is what you want right here. This should be your first upgrade, because this is going to double from 120 to 240, and it is going to be heaven. Heaven resource. I feel like I want to jump on this conveyor. I don't think I've ever tried that before. Gotta get on the conveyor itself. Alright. Oh, hi! Toro! Toro! Push! Miss me. Alright, I'll just run around behind you and get you because you're running in a circle. You got a bad turn radius, bro. Cut you off at the pass. Oh, look at him dodge out of the way. I'm impressed. He dodged when I did it. Come on, bro. Toto! I win again. All right. We need to get a conveyor pole up here. Yeah, for some reason they don't have the ability to put conveyor poles up here. I could have sworn I did this previously. Where you just put a conveyor pole on the corner and then you run it down. And these guys respawn since the last time I've been in, because I already took all those guys out before. Alright, let's put it way out here. Rotate it. Let's try that. That doesn't seem too steep to me. Nope. Oh well. Oh well. See what this one is over here. 60, so that's going to be a normal node, which it is. I heard you, bro. Take the fist of death. Stab you some more. Dee. Got our coal going out there. We're gonna pump up our coal. We're gonna pump all this up. Should be making our vehicle too. We could be driving around in our truck right now. Could be doing that too. Could be doing a whole lot of stuff. That's what's so cool about this game. There's so much fun stuff to do. I definitely know I could feed my concrete in there, because I feel like my concrete is at an absolute standstill over here. Alright, we got too much stuff on us now. Too much stuff. So let's offload a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. And this stuff. Oh, we could be researching over here. I got sidetracked. Got sidetracked on my research. Put that over there. And putting concrete in. That's what I was doing. Sort. We're going to be good. We're going to hit control. Alright, we're going to be good. We're going to hit the control this time, everybody. Sometimes, boom, it'll just drop it all in there. I remember that from before. I'm so used to just, single clicking from 7 Days to Die. Because you got to shift click and just click it individual things. Alright, there we go. So we need 200 steel beams. Meanwhile, while we were doing something else, boom, here it comes. Already got 63 steel beams coming through. Nothing I need to do. Nothing I need to do. Okay, well, also, meanwhile, back here, because it is going slower, it's not going at its maximum rate. we can run over here like so and say, oh, well, let's see, this is coming out at 15 per, and this over here is going in at 45, or actually I think it is coming out at its maximum rate. This is coming in at 60. Yeah, because this had a backlog. This had a backlog. That's why I did so many. Right, so I'm going to put this steel ignits into the output. And then what that's going to do, it's going to diminish over time because this is only going, this can only produce at 45. But if you put it in that output, it's like a little storage unit. And then it will run it into here. Now what you can also do is put a storage unit in between. If you have a whole bunch of extra, you can throw it in there as well. But you can see I've got a whole bunch of extra steel. Why not pump it in there? Why not make it go at maximum speed? And so it's going to pump out those steel beams at its maximum rate, which is awesome. We'll use it to get back a little bit faster. And that'll do its thing for a little while. We'll get that unlocked. Yeah, I feel like the first thing I want to do is unlock this. How much time we got left? 22 minutes. We got plenty of time. Plenty of time to get some production on here. So now we got our Mark II. What do we need? We need to get this production going, which is our encased industrial beams. And we're going to need the very thing that we're using right now. And concrete, so we can finally get some use out of that. So let's go ahead and use a little concrete. We're going to run our concrete over this way in a minute. We're going to split it. Now, we could have been making tons of extra concrete over here all this time because it has come to a halt multiple times. But we're going to go ahead and run it right over here. I'm going to go ahead and split it. We'll come back later and, you know, and come back later and we'll clean this all up and tear the whole thing down and make it all over again. A little bit nicer there with a little bit raised. Okay. And let's see. What do we need? I don't think it's constructor. It's got to at least be an assembler. And not enough plates. But then again, we're running lots and lots of plates over here. Not that one. This one. Yep. Just like I said. Look, I got a ton of them in here. Ton of them in there. All right, how are we looking over here? Are we out of something? We're out of rods. All right. Well, that we have tons and tons of as well. Look, we got 99 of those in there. All right, rods we'll just manually feed. Boom. That'll queue back up that production without even have to feed anything else in there. There we go. Produce some more of those for us while we're busy doing other stuff. I'm gonna crank them out right to here. Okay, so we got that working. We got the other thing over there. We came back for some plates. Now we got that diverting over here as well. Put our construction thing down. Okay, what is it we wanted to make again? I've already forgotten. The next level thingy. That's not it. Like I said, we need an assembler, not a constructor. And then I went and made the wrong thing. There we go, encased industrial beam. Alright, so what do we need? 24 per minute going in, 30 per minute going in. I definitely feel like we don't have enough concrete for that. We're going to need to... One of my first things I would upgrade is the concrete. I always find that at some point you have way too much, and then you don't never have enough. Because that concrete then now is going to be started to be used actually in production as opposed to just sitting over there so I can make plates and stuff. So right now I need it 30 per minute. And right now, let's go see what our output is of our thing. So this is why you need these hyper tubes, so you can go to your different parts of your production. By the way, I feel like I pull all this production out too. This is my biofuel production. Let's pull all this out. We get started by revamping this part over here. Take all this out, get those resources back. One of the things that's going to start happening right there, you can see it right there, that some of the resources dropped. When that starts happening, run back over here. What we're going to do is just store all. Sort that. And take out what we need for right now. Some wire. Don't need as many plates. Don't need as many of these. Again, we should be researching something. I got so distracted. So distracted. What do we got here? This is medical inhaler. And we got to have that stuff. Oh, we got those. We got that. Let's do that one. I feel like we could take this, take these out of here now. Sort that. Take these up. And that will tell us. That's why that's there, by the way, to tell me what's in that particular thing. Very, very useful. All right, now we're getting tons of those rotors going. Could have had that going this whole time. Grab that. Take all this structure out for now. And all I did was have two containers here where I was putting leaves and where I was putting wood. And then it would do the rest of the work. It would make all the biofuel for me. All right, so let's go back here and see what kind of node this is. I have no idea. Don't remember. I don't remember. I feel like I just can't take it anymore. Oh, look, that doesn't have any power down there. Glad I didn't jump down. Glad I didn't jump. All right, no power line here. Rerun our power. Where's our other power line? Back here. There we go. Now we can see. You want to see that green down there. You don't see that green, don't jump. It's going to be painful. All right, let's go look. Whee! Sploosh. Boom. Nice! Must considering rest, you never took a break. Yeah, we're going to do it after this. We're going to take a break. I just said that. Didn't I just say that? All right, this is coming out at 60 per minute, so that's not bad. But you know it'd be even cooler? It'd be cooler if it was coming out even faster, right? If we could double that up to 120, right? Then we're making double what we're making now. And we're going to try to get that going. But first we got to get this other stuff going, to get that going, to get the other thing, to get the thing, and the thing. We don't really need it right this second because we have tons of excess. Oh. I always feel like I'm not going to make it every time. We have tons of excess concrete. An obscene amount of excess concrete. In fact, we should probably take a bunch of concrete out from over here and move it over there. I think that's what we're going to do. Let's do that. This one's just going to fill right back up again. Beep. There we go. But we got plenty over there in case we need to build or anything like that. And then we'll just hold down the concrete. Boop. Right back in there. Take a little bit out for us. Alright, then we got our concrete going here. This is way too close. And we'll go ahead and put our assembler down. Say something like that. Just a little shum. Alright, now we got that going in there. We're going to go ahead and tell it to be this. It's going to come in at... let's see, it's going at... I think it's going at whatever rate we want it to go. Brain, 60? No? It's coming in at 45, going out at 15. So it's really coming in at 30. See, the limestone's not keeping up with it. So it's not really going out at 15 because the source is not going fast enough. Yeah. So, yeah, even if we do make it 120, it's only going to input to this at 90. So we probably want to go 120 into a storage container, do a split from that 3 ways, 2 into these and 1 with the excess into a slower one. And even if it goes slower, at least it's doing it twice as much, right? And of course, if you have excess limestone, you come in here and you throw it in there, right? If while you were building this, you have excess limestone back here, you want to just take that out of there and run it and throw it in here, so it doesn't. So that one's not slowed down. Same thing over here, right? This is at 93. Maybe we'll take this out, cut that in half, put that in there, and now this is really going to ramp up. Now it's going to be going in full speed, even though our node is not enough to be full speed. Boom, there we go. Happens all the time. Let's burn up those extra resources. Now we're going to make tons of concrete. Tons of it. All right, let's see if we got, how many of these little suckers we got over here now. Oh, boy, look at this. Boy! We have to do nothing. It was doing all that work for us while we were busy doing other things. And I like that. I like it when it does that. Go, baby! All right.
Milestone reached. Logistics can be improved with a larger storage container and enhanced conveyor belt efficiency.
Bye-bye, dude. And away he goes. Okay, so over here we've got it going. We got a little bit of extra. We're gonna go and feed that little bit of extra in there. We got crazy tons of cement. That's not gonna be a problem for now, anyway. It's gonna come out 6 per minute. So we're gonna let that run a little bit. Now we don't need this running into here anymore because we don't need the individual ones. We need to look at what the output is here to see what the input is here. Again, 24. Output of this one over here, I don't think is 24. I actually have a spreadsheet for this that I did, that I made of the inputs and outputs of everything. This is coming out at 15. We're definitely going to ramp that up. That's coming out at 15, and it needs to come in here at 24. So it's not even going to be going at full speed. But any speed is better than no speed, right? So we're going to take this, and we're going to run it directly in there, just like that. I'm going to go ahead and fire this up so we don't have to make it. And, of course, the more of those we have it make, the more of that we can queue up, and the more of it will automatically make for us. Ah. We'll get to building up all this power and everything as well. And then we'll just set it and forget it, right? Now this is going to be cranking these out. It's already got 3 of them done. That's nice. And then I'm just going to cycle it back again. Right over here. Oh, look at the industrial ones. But, oh, it's going to use up those things. But we're going to double everything up. So we'll be able to double up our production and be producing twice as much of everything. And then we're going to work on splitting. We're going to work on splitting on easy numbers like, 30s, 60s, 120s, 240s. And then we're going to work on a little bit more difficult numbers where it starts at 45 and then 15 and 15 gets split in, remerged and all of that stuff. And then we'll get into really advanced stuff later on where you're literally doing all this really wild splitting and merging and stacking of stuff and whatnot. But there we go. All right, we got our first bit of those going over here. And very, very nice. Oh, these are the wrong things. I forgot to take my other things out of here. Hold on. Let's take all. Sort. And then we're going to have to take these out because my bad. I forgot those were in there. There we go. Very nice. And we'll just take these and manually feed them in there. And now that's going to run for a little bit. Keep cranking those out at its maximum speed. Oh, that's 6 parts per minute. Yeah, 6 parts per minute. Gonna be cranking that out. There we go. We got so much concrete in each of those. We're looking good. We should check on our little things over here. Now, and again, notice how I just keep sending it to where my hub is. Because this way I don't have to run as far to get stuff. These need some more rods in each of them. See, these are totally separate from the rest of my production. I'm just manually feeding them into here. But if I wanted to, I could connect it to the whole rest of my production. But sometimes you don't need to. You just use the resources you have. You do a whole bunch of that and just grab the basic resources and pop them in there. And that'll get you to the next tier and the next tier and next tier. I feel like, again, a lot of the low tiers, I don't worry about it too much. Okay, so this is the next one we want to do. Milestone. Bam. Hold down control. We'll be good. Oh, we're waiting for our thing to come back. It's got 50 seconds. All right. We're going to do our hyper tubes next. It's going to be super fun. I feel like we're going to need a ton of these industrial beams for the hyper tubes. Don't tell me. Part of the fun is trying those for first time. And then once we get the hyper tubes done, we can try to unlock some more stuff. All right, how's our... Oh, I never even got to that research I was going to get to. All right, this one right here. Let's do it. Start research. Literally going to take 3 seconds. I couldn't even take 3 seconds of my time. All right, spike rebars. We can shoot at stuff with our rebar gun. Oh, here it comes. Such good animation on that thing. So nicely done. All right, what else? Canterium, no. Flower petals, we got that done. Nutrients. What the heck is this? Pale berry. Do I even have any of those? I don't even know if I have any of those. Let's look. I'd put them here if I had them anywhere. Nope. Doesn't look like it. We'll look around for some of those later. Power slugs. What do we need? Green one? What color was the one we grabbed earlier? I don't even remember. Where you at, power slug? Green power slug. I was a green one. I could have been doing my power slugs all this time. Oh, that's a yellow power slug. I already did the green one. That's yellow. Quartz crystals. And sulfur. Black powder. Huh. Okay. Could have sworn I got some sulfur earlier. What did I do with that sulfur? I might have threw it away. That's just that. I could have sworn I picked up some sulfur. Might have been the stuff I threw away in that other one. I don't remember what I did with it. Yes, iron ore. A little bit of coal in there. Okay, I have no idea what I did with that sulfur. That's bad. Very, very bad, Kismet. Bad, Kismet. I must have put it somewhere. Let's put it all in here. See, I put all my kind of odd stuff in this one. That I need for the thing. Let's see, maybe I put it in here. Oh, look at me! I put it in the correct box. No wonder I couldn't find it. No wonder I couldn't find it. I put it where it goes. Alright, let's see what else we can make down here. Color cartridges, power shards. We can make our own stators now, and motors if we wanted to. How long does a stator take to make? It doesn't take too long. We got all our other stuff unlocked now. Our heavy modular frames and whatnot. Alright, looking good. Okay. So all that's looking good. So again, let's go back over here. What are we doing? Quartz. So quartz crystal. So we need our other stuff. Out of here. Quartz. I don't think I have enough quartz. How much quartz did it say? I forgot. Oh, 20, yeah. Boom. 3 seconds. Bada bing, bada boom. We need lots more quartz there. Crystal oscillator. Now we can make our other things. So we need to get crystal going. Not enough sulfur, and I have tons of coal over there. Just not enough sulfur for right now. Okay, well, we got to go around and collect some loot at some point. What is it that I need right there? Biomass burners and vehicles can use it for power. Alright, we'll come back to all of that. We'll go exploring at some point, and we'll get some more of all of that. Try to tap a sulfur node at some point. Okay, so how we doing? Alright, yay, hypertubes. Alright, let's do it. We already got set as milestone. We have an obscene amount of these things on us. Bam. What's the other one? Is these. We have a whole box full of those. Over here somewhere. Where do we run those? Not into plates, obviously. Not into those. Not there. Oh, right here. Alright, let's take a bunch of those out. Alright, now we need 50 of these. See how many we got so far. 28. Already halfway there. Again, see, I don't have to build a big, gigantic factory to get that going on. You just let it, you just start it going, even if it's going slower. It's not as massively efficient as you'd want it to be later on. At least you're making progress. So definitely would like to get those hypertubes going on. But more importantly than the hypertubes and stuff like that is getting our upgrades for our production, which is definitely going to be our MK2. So we've got 10 on us right now, or 28 on us. So what would be more beneficial, hypertubes or better miners? I would say miners myself. I would definitely go with the miners, though in the long run, hypertubes, right? But we're going to need our little miner guys here. Let's see if we've got any of those left. I always forget which side is which. Which side is mine and which side is it? This is the storage side over here. I feel like it's reversed, right? Yours should be here and the storage should be on the right. That's just me. My crazy ideas. That's the way I would like it to be. It's the way most games are. But this one's backwards. Let's take these out. Okay, what else? Iron ore. I'm not going to do anything with iron ore. So let's go ahead and feed it over here into our little ticket machine. Yeah, I got some more tickets. I like that. You got any junk that you don't want to, you know, store or deal with, you just throw it in the ticket machine and it just starts making you more tickets. Alright, let's go over here and check on our wire, because I'm sure our wire is getting massively backlogged right now. Oh, yeah. Alright, let's burn up that wire and get ourselves some more tickets. So I'm using wire, because wire is one of those things that I just end up with just bucket loads of that. So I got it running around and down and over and boom, right into the storage, and then from that storage into the ticket machine. Let that keep on running. Kind of tempted to run this in there too. It would be nice to have a little bypass that you just kind of do a switch and it bypasses, and then it does it into there, and then when you need it, you slide it back again, and then it bypasses the other way. That's a nice way to do production. Don't tell me. Don't tell me about it. We'll get into it later on. Alright, so very tempted to use it there, but I feel like I want to upgrade my concrete. How are we doing on time? 25 seconds. Well, that'll have to be another time. Where's our little lookout thing? Did we make our lookout thing yet? Yeah, it's right there in front. Let's go check out our lookout thing. We'll save. We'll do a battle. I'll rest up. We'll do some more 7 Days to Die later on. Definitely going to get something to eat because I am hungry. And look at that timing. All right, look at us go. Look at our cool little thing going on here. Now this is just a baby one here. This is just getting started. Right? This is just getting started. Now, again, eventually you don't want it to be like this, right? You don't want stuff running all over the place. You want it to be nice, running down a single line. You can run it on multiple levels. You can run it on really infinite levels and have all that stuff running to wherever you need it to go. And we're going to be tearing all this down, all of it down, even our space elevator and everything, and be moving our production. We're going to leave our power probably here and whatnot. We're going to gear that up, do more power. We're going to do some more power on the other side. Work very heavy on power. But there's no reason for me to tear it down right now. Right? There's no reason for me to tear it down right now. And again, we're going to do a battle, and then I'm going to go rest, and I'll be back for 7 Days to Die. There's no reason for me to tear it down right now. It's just making me tons of resources. So while I'm out upgrading stuff and while I'm out building stuff and getting some of the new infrastructure in, just let it run. I mean, hey, it's just making you excess resources that you can use later on, and you can kind of somewhat feed it into these ones that that are not really being fed by other stuff, right? These are kind of my excess resources that I have a tendency to build up when I'm not in the middle of doing something else. So there we go. Did Kez freeze for anyone else? No, I did not freeze. My mouse came with that machine. Left click, let me touch and go. There we go. The only other option is to have my wireless or tiny mouse I use for my laptop. You get 2 mouses. 2 of them. Rest. Yeah, I just said that. Not run battles and work the whole time, I hope. No, I'm not gonna, I don't think I'm gonna keep I'm not gonna go into battle mode, I don't think. But now you're tempting me. Now you're tempting me to go in battle mode. I don't sleep for longer than like 30 minutes anyway, so it does work great. There we go. Yeah, I'm fine, Amethyst Lady. You don't need to tell me. You don't need to tell me. Believe me, I think about rest all the time. With someone who has sleep apnea, all you think about is sleep. I slept really good last night, by the way. I was out, man. I've been working on so much stuff constantly. I ran like 15 hours of battles, and I was working on so much stuff and trying to fix all these videos and stuff that got all screwed up thanks to YouTube. And literally spent, I don't know, 15 hours yesterday working on it, on and off. And then today, working on home stuff and working on videos, I don't know, 8, 9 hours. A lot of hours I put in. I put a lot of hours in every single day. All right, it's beautiful. Let's save it. Come back, we'll make it even better. Mo, better. More better. Let's have some fun with words. All right, battle time. You know what? I think I am going to go into battle mode. Because what the heck? It's only going to be like an hour and a half from now. So start battle. Go! Look at that gigantic army. We still have 90 people left. We got 90, well, 89 now, but we still have 90 units left at the end of that boss fight. That's crazy. All right, slide that over there. Epic rewards for some peeps here. H2O getting some epic scrolls. Diablo and Forsaken Interceptor getting some love. Sins coming in. MVP. Riverdog with the most kills. Sins with the most assists. Riverdog coming in number 2. Thank you, Diablo and Vernet Leaves coming in, getting that top 5 slot. Yeah, I think I will go into battle mode. Why not? Why not? Get some battles, keep going. I can sleep in between. Oh, this is a good one, too. Look at that double gold for you peeps, too. All right, we're going to start another battle. And then I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm going to go ahead and take a break. I will be back tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is in roughly 1 hour and 45 minutes. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 1 hour and 45 minutes. I shall be back. So feel free to join us for some battles. Hang out in the stream. Put your feet up. Relax. And then we're going to go ahead and go all night long playing some 7 Days to Die. Know that tomorrow... on Sunday, I will not be going all night long. We'll just be going till 9 until midnight. And then I'll be resting because I have to get up early to help my kids with their schooling because they are going to be schooling from home. So we got to make sure they're, doing their homework on time and they're doing their stuff during certain times, certain schedules, and whatnot. And I'll need to be following up on them. So I don't want to do that while I'm on stream, constantly following up on them all the time. That will be my new schedule. Check it out down below. You can also check it out on Twitter or on my Discord. You can always find it on the website as well, kismet.gg. I know, cool website, right? All right, so let's go to my office real quick. All right, everybody, that's it for me for about another hour and a half. We're going to keep running some more battles for you peeps while I'm sleeping, and then I'll be back. All right, everybody? Good night. I love you. I really do. Appreciate it. All right, activate battle mode. Bye, everybody. Hey everybody, Kismet here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the center of the screen. Also check me out live on twitch.tv/Kismet. I'll see you all next time.